started this.
Oh, I guess P does that too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a verb. I mean, a letter and a verb all in one.
And a noun.
Ah, yeah. It is multifunctional. I approve. I guess
Well,
B
we have
also. So now that we've plumbed the depths of letters.
Intelligent.
I mean, we have
conversation.
3 out of 12, which is not bad.
I mean, Q
We're
is also
almost
like
there.
3 different words, so.
Q. True.
Mm-hmm.
See?
I do understand why the English language has a U after every single Q. If it's after every single Q,
It's not.
Though. It's not.
it's not.
This is
Nope.
a word.
What's the one word that's
QAT spells cat.
Yeah.
What?
I played enough Scrabble with my grandmother to know that.
My mom is a nationally ranked Scrabble player.
Oh, that's amazing.
And whenever...
What rank?
Grandmaster Wizard.
No, it's like... she's like in the 2000s. It's not, awesome.
I mean, that's pretty
But-
good.
Yes, she usually beats me by about 100, 150 points when we play. So,
I,
Did it cut out there for anybody?
yes.
Yeah. I just thought it was
And
such a large
nobody said
amount that he
anything.
didn't want to admit it.
my
I was just
internet
like, oh, it's
burped
probably
for a
just me.
second.
The timing was
Tens
funny.
of thousands.
Probably. It must be a little... I would get annoyed, like, that's not even a word! Look it up! Ah, god damn it, Mom! Just rage
Yep.
quit, flip the table.
But the hilarious thing is, I read a really interesting article about international Scrabble competitions, which, super interesting. But there's a large number of African players who are completely stymieing all the European and American players because, first off, because they're not native speakers, they have a different perspective on the words. But they, in Scrabble, a lot of people go for the bingo, right? The big 7-letter word, hit the triple word score, get all this crazy big points.
Yeah.
These guys were focusing on 3 and 4-letter words only. And they were crushing everybody. And I was like, that's really interesting. So the next time I played my mom, that's what I did. And it was the only time I've ever won against her in my life.
There's actually an algorithm that was developed by one of the universities that says that they designed it for Word with Friends, but it's compatible with Scrabble and things like that. That it's more profitable to use small words to prevent points than it is to use big words to get points.
Oh, the denial method. I hate people who do that when we play Ticket to Ride. It is the worst.
Ticket to Ride is fun too.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never played it.
I played the
it looks
denial
great.
method.
You're a jerk.
Sounds like a sex thing.
The
Hopefully.
denial or the ticket to ride?
Yes.
Yikes.
All right. Well, Larry's going to be a little late. But we've got everybody else. So, Austin, you wanted to do the recap? The previous Leon?
Yeah, I have a thing prepared for it.
Oh.
Awesome.
It's an obituary.
I see you brought your cheerful pants.
In the morning, if Brian will allow me to determine the passage of time, when everyone's stirring, going about their daily routine, Delmore will step up on a log with some hastily scribbled papers. They look very tattered. He looks like he hasn't slept in, weeks.
When has he slept? As we all think about, I think back to it.
Never.
Can't be healthy.
Probably not. But he waits a short moment for everyone to kind of pay attention to him. And when you all gathered around, he starts with a disgruntled look, cast off at Sonny's feet in particular. And he begins. A lot has happened in the last several days here on the trek from Atazkalaka. we ascended to the heart in the sky, made deals with what I can only assume is the second most dangerous Lich in Schult, experienced visions from my largely silent patron, traversed a mystical maze, sought the power of trickster gods, which didn't backfire at all. And under my rash command, fought what I can only assume is the most dangerous Lich, not only in Schult, but currently in the world. And I share the guilt of Tyrus's death. I know that pushing on, Delmore H. Pildergraph, may not find the soulmonger. I may not find a way to destroy the Lich in question. I may experience death, even a fate worse than that. Knowing this, I will not ask you to continue on this path with me. I only ask that you not let Tyrus's death be in vain. I ask that you tell, and he'll direct his gaze at Sunny, his story years from now, regardless of its completion. I ask that you tell his legacy. I ask that, regardless of your path, you strive to destroy the evil his god hated, and to find the soulmonger's end, and the Lich's end.
At this moment, you hear a voice in your head, Delmore. It's a familiar voice. It's the voice of Syndra. And she says, Delmore, are you somewhere safe?
Yes?
3 days earlier.
What?
This is me narrating.
That was a title card.
Oh, I thought I went back in time for a second.
The camera spins around Delmore's form. When it focuses on him again, he's shaving.
No. 3 days earlier in Port Nyanzaru. Reginald, you have been laying low for about a week. Just sort of keeping out of sight, waiting for word from Zindar, the harbor master, and doing some light shopping while wearing a heavy cloak that's really not your style. And on the morning, 3 days before Delmore's excellent inspiration-winning recap, you're woken by a knock on the door at the inn where you're staying. It's not a very nice inn. It's located in the poorest part of town, under the shadows of one of the ziggurats. You were put up there by pock-faced Poe at the request of the harbor master. And when you open the door, you see, likewise, heavily cloaked, a very tall figure. He can't quite hide his height, even though he's attempting to slouch. And when he throws the hood back, you see that it is the harbor master. He explains to you that several of his agents followed up on the lead that you and your friends found in the boat. The jar containing the intellect devourer. They discovered that it's possible one or more of the merchant princes have had their minds consumed by these dog-like creatures and seem to be under the sway of an external force. He himself has just been sacked, canned, fired, and he wants to go and warn one of the few remaining merchant princes that he trusts. And he he explains that he only trusts this prince because he believes that he could have withstood the attacks of the intellect devourer. So he leads you through the city to the merchant prince, Wakanga, and takes you into this palatial villa. While you're waiting to see Wakanga Otamu, an old-looking, frail woman wearing layers of bandages, the stench of death upon her, approaches and introduces herself to you as Syndra, and starts talking with you and with the harbor master. And as you've been waiting for some time, the harbor master starts to open up to her, explain to her the situation, and she nods in agreement, saying she believes that from what she's seen of people coming and going to the villa, that something has happened. Wakanga appears, flanked by guards, and orders the harbor master to be arrested. And seeing you, who was supposed to have been put to death, orders you arrested as well. Syndra closes her eyes briefly, and there's a flash of light. You find yourselves in Waterdeep. And the shock of the cold hits you as it is just past the first part of the year. She says that you have little time, that you should make preparations. She is going to seek to take you back, hopefully to people who can help, both you and the harbor master. After a couple of days making preparations, most of which she spends seemingly scrying or communicating with people over some distance via magical means, she tells you it's time. She again closes her eyes, and a few moments later you appear in the heat of the jungle. The rest of the group, you see Delmore at the end of his speech stop for a moment, say, "Yes?" And instantly standing behind him, beside him, are a woman wrapped in bandages, heavily cloaked, the tall half-dragon, and a man you've never met. Would you like to describe yourself?
Well, Reginald is a tall, dapper-looking man. Salt and pepper hair, with a whisper-thin mustache, and a look that tells you that this is a man of exquisite taste and fine wines. Very expensive, probably illegal, sometimes of the year cigars. Wearing a luxurious suit that is in no way prepared for this jungle climate, despite having days of preparation to prepare for exactly that.
Excellent.
And also, that was a good pun.
Glad you approve.
So, as they all appear, the woman who is wrapped up in bandages and heavily cloaked collapses, coughing.
Oh.
I'm gonna approach her right away.
You
Do I recognize her?
immediately.
Are you alright? What's... I look at her. She's probably not okay. I mean, I know she's dying of it.
Roll a medicine check. No, that's good. She is skin and bone. She has lost 30 or 40 pounds since you've seen her. Her cheeks are sunken. You see some some kind of liquid oozing through the bandages. There's a stench about her of death. And she looks up at you and she says, I'm glad I found all of you. I don't have much time left.
You have looked better, my friend. Come, sit. Why are you here? Not that we're not glad to see you, but this is very far for you to travel, even with magic.
She nods and explains what you just heard, that there is trouble in the port, that they don't know which merchant princes to trust, but it seems that Wakango Tamu has been compromised, and Zindar, the harbor master, who Delmore has met before, nods, and he says, as has Jobal, for sure. The others I don't know. But 2 is all it would need to get a foothold in the port. 2 can disrupt rulership of the city. You help Sindra find a comfortable seating position. She thanks you.
I wish I could do more. I'm afraid there's not much that we can do to help the city. We're already overwhelmed as it is. Much happened.
She looks around, sees all of you, gives you all a brief greeting and nod, and then she says, where's Tyrius?
We point toward a freshly dug mound of dirt.
I hand her my speech.
Okay. She nods, and you see some tears roll down her cheeks. Even Zindar seems moved, offers his condolences.
Everything's falling apart now. You say the entire. Do we have any hope for the port? What happens if we go back? Can we?
Zindar, he sort of straightens up a little bit. He's wearing some fine robes, also not suited for the jungle too well, but he doesn't seem to be affected by the heat. He says, yes, there's always something we can do. We shall simply have to proceed with more caution.
Is that a Larry?
It is Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Hello, all. Your Doombringer is at... Wrong game, wrong game.
Hello.
Hello. I live.
You do.
Mm-hmm. Marnie snaps at her funk.
I would like to cast Divine Sense to see if Larry is actually living.
You found out my body snatching puzzle.
It's a mind. Oh, what's the name? I forgot.
Intellect
Mind thing.
Devourer?
The mind dogs. That thing.
No, it's mine.
Taking over Larry.
Mine
puppies.
dog is pretty
Brain
good.
puppies.
Brain Puppies is my favorite, too.
I would like Dawnflower and Koschik to roll perception.
Man.
Both of you see movement in the trees in the distance.
Is it a creature that I can feel through the jungle? Probably not.
So you can extend your sense a ways, and you can tell that there are about 5 of these creatures, but you can't tell what they are. They seem to be watching, though. From their movements that you and Koschik can determine, they don't seem to be stalking or setting up any kind of ambush. They just seem to be observing.
But we're just seeing like just the actual movement itself, and not so much any actual creatures.
You're just getting snatches of movement. Like you'll hear like some branches swishing, and you'll turn and look, and you'll see there was obviously something there, but it seems to have moved away as you turn your head. And with your perception, you do catch a glimpse of some kind of painted wood. You don't get the feeling that these are invisible creatures. They're just fairly good at blending in.
You're being watched. 5 of them, as far as I can tell.
I agree.
Shall we call them out?
It seems fun to let them watch. Right? After all, the Lich has got eyes everywhere. Apparently. Both of them.
Perhaps we should have this in a more safe, have this discussion in a more safe environment rather than out in the open.
Would you like to go back in the temple with the mystic maze thing?
No, I was referring to. Just give me a minute.
Who's over there? I said, who's over there?
Never mind.
We see you.
Facepalm. You can come out. We know you're there.
It was a good thought, Sonny.
A few moments later, you see several figures emerge. They're wearing leather clothing, seemingly made from dinosaur hides. They're wearing wooden masks that seem to be done up in some kind of snake motif. But rather than green or anything like that, these snakes are white. And you recognize the creatures very quickly as Batiri goblins. They aren't wielding weapons, although they do seem to have like strapped to them spears and ikawas and such. One of the goblins comes up to you and sort of bowing a little bit to all of you, says, "Please, no want hurt."
So
And what do you want?
What?
Yeah,
No.
that
We
one.
all at the same time. What do you want?
We offer food and water.
That does not tell us what you want.
In exchange
only
for
what
what?
you bring.
No exchange. He looks confused a little bit, and he goes, "Just want help. Us help you." And he motions to the others, and they come out, and some of them have like a couple baskets of fruit. A couple of them are carrying large skins of water.
I would like to insight check that help statement, please.
Okay. That 17?
Can anybody detect poison?
Not
Actually,
today.
I can.
I can.
Like the trial and error.
I reach into my backpack
Mm-hmm.
and I pull out my cat.
Okay. Meow. You all see a small winged cat appear.
Oh, God.
Immediately, Macabre screeches and flies down to it and lifts up his little hat and puts it back on his head.
Man, you are just so polite. I've trained you well.
I'm sure that Tabitha will respond by doing what cats do and pretending to be completely disinterested, but like flicking the tail back and forth.
So I assume you're going to attempt to feed some water to your cat or some fruit.
Yeah, I'll run some in front of her and see if she responds.
She does not. She laps up some of the water and seems quite contented with it.
How courteous. Thank you for your contributions.
Most gracious offer, but why?
The lead goblin, the one who spoke common to you, seems confused by your question. And he says, "He is right."
What do we know about the Batiri goblins?
Roll history.
Sure, you'll do better than I.
I'm
Or
assuming this is a Choltian thing.
Yes.
I have never heard of them in my entire life.
Koschik. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Should I even?
Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
I don't
Go for it.
want to. Okay.
What's it called?
Yep.
Yeah. So Marnie
a
knows
goblin.
more about them than you do, but only because she remembers being attacked by them earlier.
Oh shit, that's right.
The ones from earlier, their masks all seem to have a bat motif, whereas these all have a white snake motif. And Koschik, you know that different Batiri tribes worship different sort of totem creatures. They are, for the most part, just like mainland goblins, selfish and cruel. You have never heard of Batiri offering travelers food or water without it being some kind of trap.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what is your what's your totem creature there?
He puffs up a little bit, and he points to sort of the squiggly snake outline on his mask, and he says, "Is Moa, is Moa. She teach, be good, tell truth."
Never heard of goblins.
That is that is a really wonderful thing to teach. How many are in your tribe?
1, 2, lots. Lots.
I thought he was just counting the ones that were next to him.
Same.
All right.
Reginald, you've been in Chult a little while. You recognize Moa as the name of one of the trickster gods.
Oh. I was going to ask you about that too, but I think it's in the... Never mind. I'm good.
Cool. So he seems to be very excited, and he talks about how their queen, has been tasked by Moa to teach all the good goblins how to be honest and true, and it all comes out in broken common. But he seems very genuine and happy when he sees Tabitha start drinking the water, and he starts motioning to the rest of you too. And
Yeah, Sunny will also do so.
And all the goblins seem pleased, genuinely. And he says, "After eat and drink, come to village."
I'm not going to consume anything they gave us.
Okay.
I'm gonna show a little faith, I think,
Yeah.
and give it a try.
That's disrespectful now. I bet you wear your baseball cap to the dinner table.
No,
I eat on the ground.
Tabitha, be quiet.
Won't do what I want to do.
Well, where is your village? Is it far? We have things to do.
He points off to the south, and he says, half day.
I can't even remember where we were headed. I looked to Dalmor.
South.
To the south. Like half day. A little bit more.
Not that Reginald would know that, but Reginald will look at the journal that you are holding that used to be Tyrus's, and he'll say, "Oh, look, reading material." And he'll read that in about 3 seconds and be completely caught up on your adventures.
Make an intelligence check.
So all I really want from this is, like, can I use the notes that I already have?
Sure, make an intelligence check.
I'm trying, Brian. There's so many words.
Delete 1 word out of 3.
Oh. You are the master of Chult.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're able to make out Tyrus's handwriting and also separate out the passages that are just long descriptions of the women he's met, and sort out the actual useful information.
What does it mean that he's more strong bad than any before him?
He's a lich, and he's stronger than the other lich that we
Well, it's completely wrong. Look at here. It says that lich there is the leader of the Thayans, and that's wrong.
That is wrong. I don't know why he wrote that down.
Because you told me to, Austin. You said it.
I have no idea who Austin is, and the evidence is thin.
How many nicknames did he have for his biceps? I miss him.
Aw.
73.
One was named Weapon, the other Mass Destruction. I don't get it.
Destroy.
Des and Troy. Yeah.
Nice.
That's great.
But the goblins will help you pack up your camp if you like, and they seem very genuinely nice.
I would look to Syndra to see if she's able to make the journey. Will you?
She stands and she says, "I may need to lean on someone from time to time, but
Actually, you know what? Wait. No need for you to walk. You need to save your strength. I'm gonna turn into a dinosaur and let her ride me."
When you turn into a dinosaur, all the goblins go, "Oh," and clap.
No more claps too.
I'll turn into the Dinosaurus.
Excellent. And the goblins all help Syndra by sort of, one will bend down to form the bottom stair, and then two will bend down, next to him to form a stair a little higher, and then three will get together to form the next stair up, so that she can climb up you and sit astride.
I'll try to, take a smooth path. But, I mean,
so nice.
I can do that for a bit, not too long, I'm afraid, yet. A few hours at least.
Well, they said that it was only half a day to the south, so that's only a few hours. And they lead you through the jungle.
At some point, I'm gonna get one of the goblins off to the side and say, "Goblin, if this is a trick, I will kill you."
Okay. The roll.
Just very, very, very casually and nonchalantly.
Roll intimidation.
I'm not trying to intimidate him.
It doesn't matter. He's a little goblin. You have to roll intimidation.
Well, it's not going to be very impressive.
You might accidentally intimidate him.
And the goblin will roll insight.
So he believes him?
He has a -1. So what that goblin does is he looks at you and he nods very solemnly with wide eyes and says, "Always keep promises. That is rule 4.
Starting to like these little goblins. They're cute.
I love them.
And when he says that, I say, "I promise, if it is a trick, I will kill you."
And he holds up his little hand with the pinky extended, and he says, "Pinky swear."
Do it.
They're better than us.
They're too good for this world.
I'm.
I will defend these goblins with my life.
I'll pinky swear him.
He pinky swears, and then he beams and looks at the other goblins and sort of points at his chest with his thumb, and he points at you, and he says something in Goblin. And they all nod solemnly as well, but he puffs out his chest, very proud.
Goblins are so weird.
And they lead you south for 2 or 3 hours, maybe. It's about noon. Syndra falls asleep on your back, Dawnflower. But you're able to manage your gait so that she doesn't fall off.
Excellent. I'll even use my 2 wild shapes just to make sure that she doesn't... I mean, she's traveled far. I only have 2 hours, so I'll just use both for the 3 hours. It's fine. I don't use my wild shape all that often.
When you arrive at the village, this village is... Oh, goodness. It's a small village. The architecture reminds you somewhat of Dawnflower's village. Except when you enter, you see a lot more of this white snake iconography everywhere, and there's a weird texture to the floor, to the ground, the ground cover as you walk into the village. But they bring you in. There are a couple of cages where they seem to have. One of them is holding an axe beak. The other is holding. Somebody is typing really loud.
Whoops.
Sorry.
It wasn't me. Sorry.
One cage is holding an axe beak. The other seems to be holding a small dinosaur you don't quite recognize. Those of you not from Tolt don't recognize, but Dawnflower and Kostjik know it as something that's generally kept as like a food animal. There's a strange hut that none of the goblins seem to go near. It has one guard outside who seems to be taking his job very seriously. But they lead you to the largest hut. And the lead goblin turns back to all of you and says, "This queen's hut. You be nice."
Is that rule number 1?
7.
7? Should be rule number 1.
1 is always tell truth.
That one's not as important. Never mind. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Are we, Brian? Just as a question about the map, are we kind of in zombie territory?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Tyrannosaurus wanted to be in zombie territory.
If I move you off, you'll see there's orange there.
Yeah.
Okay. And he sort of bows and motions you in. When you enter, almost all of you have to duck down to go through the door. But especially Zindar, who is 8 feet tall. But once you're inside, the roof is taller, and he brings you in and gestures you to seats. There's a very large chair set up on just, it looks like some small, on a small platform. It's currently empty. He says, Queen be here soon.
Now, these people are little, right? And all of their homes and furnishings are little, right? Does this altar look like it's for something little?
It's not an altar. It's a throne.
Throne?
Does this throne look like it's for something little?
Yes. It is appropriately goblin-sized.
I was expecting a giant white snake. All right. I'm good.
They're everywhere.
In a few moments, several goblins come in from an entrance on the other side of this larger hut, opposite from where you entered. And two of them are male. They're wearing armor that looks very different. It seems to be made out of some kind of insect body. But the plates of it are large enough to cover their whole torsos. And behind them is a female goblin. She's dressed similarly to the guards, only her insectish armor is much more brightly colored. Draped around her neck is an enormous white snake.
That's cool.
Enormous as in like
a python? Or
like a python.
Alive?
Okay.
Is it alive?
When she sits and turns to look at all of you, the snake's head comes up next to hers. And then it goes back down. It looks almost like it's some kind of pet, maybe. She strokes it on the head a little bit.
I'll make sure Tabitha doesn't get any ideas.
Okay. The snake is bigger than Tabitha by a large amount.
You've never been in Florida. Cats attack fucking alligators, man.
Oh, sure. No, I just wanted to give you an idea of scale.
Yeah.
I wasn't doubting that the cat would attack the snake. But she, as she sits, the lead goblin who had brought you all in says, I present Queen Gomila. And she nods to all of you.
Give her a little
Mila?
bow.
It is an honor. Yeah, Mario bow.
I need all of you to make charisma saves.
Oh man.
I don't know. This feels like a trick.
Everything is a trap.
This is a magical effect, right?
Gormani.
Oh man.
It is actually Gumani.
No, I was quoting Inglourious Bastards.
It's gross.
What is Gumani in this context?
That is the queen's name.
Oh. I thought it was Gomilla.
Gamilla. My bad.
You know,
Somebody distracted me. It's Gamilla.
Technically, I get advantage on
it was
this,
my
just in
fault.
case 23 isn't enough. I'll also get a 23.
Show off.
Her name is now
Camilla Gomani.
Camilla Gomani is a strangely, entrancing name?
It's a little familiar.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it?
Dawnflower, Sunny, and Sunny.
At 22, by the way.
Delmore.
Oh yeah, Delmore. And Delmore. You all can feel an effect that seems to surround this queen. And so you know that while you are near her, you are going to be compelled to speak the complete truth.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not as bad
that's
as I
not
feared,
good.
I guess.
Those of you
I'm okay
who
with that.
failed also have to speak the complete truth, but you do not realize it.
Oh.
Excuse me. It is very rude to enforce truth upon people who may or may not want to say it, especially
Well-
without even asking.
Then don't say anything.
It is part of their rules, as we've been told. Rule number 1.
I think they have stupid rules.
What are you guys talking about? I don't understand. Delmore, your beard scratches me something fearsome.
I think you're inside, so you need
Does
to
it?
take your damn cowl off, boy.
I guess this isn't like a zone of compulsive truth.
No, it's not.
No.
Just anything you say has to be true.
I was the one that farted on the road. Shit. I can't stop.
Oh, Larry, we missed you.
We did.
I missed not working.
The queen looks at all of you and opens her mouth in what looks like a voiceless laugh. And the leader, she gestures, she makes some kind of gestures at the one who had spoken, and he says, Queen, say, truth come from Moa. And he sort of gestures to the snake that's riding on her.
I want to befriend that animal.
She continues to gesture, and he says, Queen say, you all welcome to stay.
It's good to meet you, Queen. My name is Sulan Sensuela. Call me Sun.
Probably.
Shulin, what now?
This is news.
That's a weird name. Shit, I'd never say that.
I am Delmore H. Pilgraph,
I'm Dawnflower.
compatriot to Sulin Consilla.
As each of you introduces yourselves, more goblins come in, and they're bringing in stacks of food on long trestle tables and setting them out for everyone. Each of you get handed essentially a coconut with a straw in it and a little umbrella.
Those are delicious.
Others come in, and two of them are carrying this hollowed out log, and they start hitting it with sticks, making, music, percussive music, and the goblin who had spoken, after you all introduce yourselves, he says, "My name, Odgruk."
Uggruk. It is a pleasure to meet you, Uggruk.
Are you a speaker for the queen? She does not talk for herself. Is that a respect thing? Can we talk to her?
You talk her, she talk me, I talk you. She hand talk. Queen, so commit to truth. Never speak lie. Never speak, can't speak lie.
That's a very good point. If you can't speak, you can't speak lies.
Vow of
Does
silence.
make
Which
sense.
means that if you... Can you hand signal lies?
This sounds like arcane gibberish.
If you would like to roll Arcana,
Yes. Damn.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna use... Sorry, real quickly. Tomorrow's Tears, I re-roll, right?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use that. I'll go down to 5 charges. So I use it often enough.
When you take out the Timora's tear, Odgrok says, "Pretty rock."
I take it out?
Yeah, to use it. Yeah, you take it out. You think that Dawnflower would tell you to lick it, but you just sort of rub it like a Lucky Charm.
You should. I heard that licking it was more effective, but
you luckily recall that Zone of Truth does work for multiple forms of communication, not just spoken communication. It seems to be to affect the spirit rather than the vocal cords.
Okay. I was about to say that's a really clever, scam to pull people. No. Only, the truth can be spoken here.
Mm-hmm.
But let me go ahead and act to my communicator, and as long as he doesn't know I'm lying. Anyway.
Yep.
It's all legit.
You're a
It's all
sneaky
legit.
man, Trent. That's
Yeah.
sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Real sneaky snake.
You notice that Syndra barely eats or drinks anything.
I'm
And
gonna drink for her.
and the queen looks a little sad when she looks at Syndra. And she turns to the snake, and the snake sort of looks at the queen, and then she sort of scratches it under the chin, and it just sort of curls around her a little bit. You feel like there might be some kind of communication happening between the two.
Your Majesty, where did you find such a creature? I don't think I've ever even heard of one who compels everyone around to tell the truth.
She continues to make gestures, and Odgrok translates and says, "Queen say is gift from Moa."
That makes sense. Could you tell us about this area? Although
Yeah.
currently I have no idea what our goal is right now.
So, last session, Delmore received a vision from his patron that was pointing him to something that was 5 or 6 days south of the heart of Ubtao.
Oh, okay.
And we're
Addition-
now
5 or
like
6 days south,
3.
right?
We're like 3, right?
1.
We are only 1 day south.
1 day south.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And at the heart of Ubtao, you all met Valindra Shadowmantle, who lived in the heart of Ubtao. And she offered a truce with you. She could get you all to Omu very quickly. In return, you would get her into the tomb and try and negotiate some kind of ceasefire with the Yuan Ti that live in Omu. But Odgrok offers to answer any questions you have about the area. He says, "We stay close by, mostly stinky dead people."
I don't suppose you know it's 4 or 5 days to the south, then.
Trees!
Yeah, they have
Buildings?
a few of those.
Water? Just trees?
Fallen stars?
He says, "Stars. Yeah. And he calls over one of the other goblins, whispers in his ear in Goblin. That goblin goes running out. And in a few moments, that goblin comes back, and he's got a piece of wood. It's pretty long, maybe about 8 feet long, and it's cracked on both ends. And Odgrok points at you, who asked about the stars, and says, "Stars." And you see painted on the piece of wood, the wood is think of like a 2x4, right? But it's curved a little bit along its long axis, and it looks fairly weather beaten. Painted on it, it says that.
Wait.
Painted
Is
on
that-
it?
Is that wood from a ship hull, Brian?
You can roll an intelligence check. It looks like it does come from the hull of a ship.
Delmore spasms visibly. Like,
Are you feeling all right, Delmore?
Honey, are you all right? I am concerned.
Where'd you find that? I need to know.
Seeing your reaction, Oddgrok walks over to you and says, "Can give hug."
Hug the goblin.
He hugs you back, and he says, "Sorry, thought would make happy."
If a goblin hugs
No,
me, I'm going to kill
it does. It makes me very happy. Family, my brother, that shit.
Oh. Far south, in trees.
4 or 5 days.
Many days. 1, 2, many days.
Can I give you something for giving us that?
He turns to the queen, and she makes some motions to him, and he turns back and he says, "Queen, ask favor."
Okay. I just wanted to teach you the numbers, possibly 3, 4, and 5. So I felt that they would benefit you later in your life.
He laughs and he says, "Not need numbers so big. Goblins so small."
They're so cute, Brian.
They are.
I give him a hug.
He hugs you back.
Damn it! I didn't even want to. I don't.
And you see like 3 other of the goblins all kind of like step forward and look up at you and start to hold out their arms too.
It's like a kitten cafe.
There's a lot of money to cover, so they're thinking that if they work together, they might
Exactly.
give her a complete hug.
They all form a battle stack 5 goblins high and go over to Marnie and hug her all the way down.
Delmore is somewhere in the stack.
That's amazing. Okay, you guys just handle the favor. Oh boy, Tabitha. Quiet you.
It's been mentioned a few times now already. This favor that you would ask of us. We're very grateful for your hospitality. Truly, it's been the nicest village we've been to in quite some time, mine included. But what is this favor?
Come, show. And he offers to lead you outside.
I follow him.
Okay. He takes you around behind to the back of the village, what you had assumed was a hill, and as you get closer, you realize it is a stone structure.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Tabitha.
Reginald, shut up that monster.
It's just a snake.
But you see on the edifice more of this snake motif, and as you approach, you see a large door made of stone. There are carvings all around it, and he says, "Can't open door to temple."
Be wary of it if I were you. Last temple we have been into was not what we expected.
Yeah, every temple has been filled with all sorts of traps.
So you just want to open the door?
Is temple of Moa tell truth, Moa good?
That is actually a really good point. I was just about to ask after a temple.
How
But
long?
it's still a trickster god.
Yes.
What was the trickster god?
Wait. Yeah, that's a good point. There wasn't a snake in the dream we were in.
There was a Jakuli called Moa.
Which is the one you picked, I believe?
It is.
Yep. And Jakuli are snakes. They are.
I thought you had picked the
They have
Eblis.
snake shoulder
He
things.
picked the
but-
snake, the panther thing that had snakes in its back.
Oh, that's yeah.
Wait,
That's-
there was a snake? I asked her which one was. I, for some reason, didn't hear that there was a
So
snake in it.
Shagambi the Kamadan is the leopard with snakes coming out of its shoulders. Moa the Jakuli. Jakuli are snake creatures with the ability to camouflage themselves like chameleons.
Oh, that's cool.
by changing the color of their scales.
That's me!
It is.
Why didn't I see this during the vision? Did I just completely miss its description?
Well, now that God hates you because you didn't pick it, so.
Yeah, I wanted to pick it.
And it'll never come up again, except for right fucking now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Anytime.
I'm gonna pass. I'm just gonna look at the engravings around this door. Pass my hand around it. Just see if there's anything that makes sense. Any interesting things that happen.
Roll investigation, and Sunny, because of your particular fascination with the Ophidians, you can roll as well.
What language is it written in?
Brian, can I roll animal handling to see if I can get Macabre in on this this hug pile?
You look around and you see that there are 3 small goblin children who are each taking turns hugging Macabre.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Marnie has a heart attack from cuteness. It's too much.
All right.
It's a plane all along.
Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
You can determine that the hieroglyphs show battle stacks, these five goblin tall stacks opening the door. They're sort of hieroglyphs or petroglyphs, technically. And you get the impression that it takes a battle stack to open the door.
Somebody get that hugging pile.
Delmore, to answer your question, it is not written in a language. They all seem to be more pictorial.
Would that do this thing? The first one?
You no longer need to sleep? Oh, no, sorry.
No.
Eyes of the Rune Keeper. You can read all writing. No, because it's not technically a written language.
That's fair.
They look
Yeah,
like IKEA instructions almost.
That's the same reason I don't think you should read Quailith with it. So I'm cool with that.
Okay. But when you say, Sonny, get those others back over here, Odgrok says, no, but Tiri battle stack too short to reach. And he points up at a handle that is high up, maybe 20 feet up on the door.
Do you want me to pull it?
I use Mage Hand and attempt to pull it without any help and see if that...
Don't. I read the journal. It says not to do anything in any of these places that is not exactly to the letter. He went on for pages about how mounting a creature was a piggyback ride.
I think I'm just gonna start giggling because I have this picture of what we're gonna have to do, and it's hilarious. So I'm just gonna start
let's see.
giggling.
Marnie, I think you're on bottom.
Oh.
Marnie!
Marnie's already there, slapping her back and like getting in a squat position, like, come on up!
Okay.
I'm hug strong.
So who is climbing up on top of Marnie?
I need to plan this.
We should let the queen be at the top of the stack. This is like her thing. It look good for her.
You get the feeling that it's still going to be too short.
Well, no, I mean, because, how many people do this look like we need?
A battle stack is always 5.
Oh, okay, so 5 full-size people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a very good point. Why
I think
it's so big? It doesn't cancel out. Okay, never mind.
No, trust me, I've got you. So put the queen at the top, and I'll make sure that Marnie can stand tall.
Nope.
I like you.
All right.
Remind me of a country lawyer I used to know.
Okay. So the queen seems amenable. I need whoever's climbing up next, though, because battle stacks are formed from the bottom.
Can I just interject here for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Like before the battle stacking had started, I would have asked them how long the temple has been closed for. Oh, they're bad with numbers.
3 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
2.
Odgrok goes 1, 2.
Oh.
Many years.
Okay, many years.
Years.
Okay, in that case, while they're sorting out the battle stack, I am instead going to, since we're in undead territory and this is a long closed temple, I'm going to do one of these, and I'm looking to focus on the presence of any undead.
Okay, what is the range?
5 miles.
Excellent.
Damn!
This is a ridiculous feature.
It's excellent. You detect undead at a range of 3 miles to the east and a range of 4-ish miles to the southwest.
Okay.
But,
So nothing that seems to be in the immediate vicinity. Okay.
correct.
All right, then. Then I'll help with the battle stack.
Okay, so who's climbing up next?
2 of you climb on top of Marnie. I'll fly up with the queen so she doesn't have to scramble over all you guys.
Oddgrot shakes his head and he goes, "Battle stack must climb.
I will climb.
Is right way to make stack."
I am not particularly
get up there.
strong. I'm also not as weak as I am clumsy, though. So
I am disappointed that the stack is formed from the bottom and not in midair.
So
I will gladly climb to the top and make sure the door is safe.
what I actually need is, in order, those who are climbing to form the stack, I need a dexterity check.
Oh, I have a extra super special bonus for the dex check. No matter. Yeah, little. I'm feeling particularly dexterous today.
I am not dexterous. Okay, I try to climb up, be right underneath the queen.
Okay.
Can I use Mage Hand to try and just keep people from tipping over? It's not very strong, but maybe it'll help.
So hold on. We have Marnie and then Delmore and then
I can be middle. I can be middle stack.
Okay. Roll.
Wow.
As you start to climb up.
Wait. My +6 is not there. It's just a +2, so that's actually an 11, which is still bad, but it's not as bad.
I needed a straight dexterity check, so the 7 is what it should have been.
But no, because I have the plus the bonus of the gods.
You do. I forgot. I thought you were adding proficiency for some reason.
Your crazy 23 dex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 4 more, 11.
Yes, it still sucks. Don't get me wrong, it still sucks.
Somehow, though, you feel this blessing take hold and you climb up. Precariously, but adequately. And then I believe Sunny was next.
Yeah, why didn't we use the most dexterous person here as I look over at Koshek?
Koshek?
Because he didn't want to be part of it. He does not like physical contact with people.
No.
Great.
He's going fourth, right?
I do have sufficient use left. I know I'm at 3. Just get out of that real quick.
I thought I had turned that off. My bad.
11.
You also climb up, and the whole tower of 4 of you starts to sway a little bit. Marnie sort of plants herself a little bit, and you're holding on.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I know what I mean.
And then Queen... Anybody?
You might need to say her name? Because I wrote it down. Camila Gumani?
Yep.
Kamali, yeah.
Queen
Kamali
Camilla.
Gumbani. Camilla Gumbani.
There's no B, but close enough.
Wasn't that the second name?
Gumani?
Gumani.
Gumani, yeah.
Gumani.
Yeah.
She then climbs quite ably, having practice in the past at forming Batiri battle stacks. She climbs up to the top.
So before anyone touches the door, I'm just going to walk up the side of the door, and I'm going to check to make sure it's safe to open.
Okay. How are you going to check?
So you said it's like a handle up there, or
Yeah, like a ring, a stone ring in the door that can be pulled.
Oh, okay. So it's just to be pulled. Okay. Okay. I guess it's hard to check then. I guess. just want to look if there's. I'll look. Is the door set in a little bit, or is?
So the stonework on this is that ancient kind of masonry where the stones exactly fit with no gap between them. You could not slide a piece of paper between the joints of this door and the rest of the walls. And it is perfectly flush.
Okay, so it's that. Yeah, that's what I. In that case, I'm not really sure what I would look for then. But no obvious signs of like holes where anything could come out of, or
roll
anything like that.
Roll investigation.
Okay. You realize the entire cave opening is a mouth.
Roll initiative.
So there's lots of carvings along the door and along the periphery of the door. And they depict various battle stacks doing different activities. So it's possible, you're not sure, it's possible there might be some device hidden within these carvings, but there's so many of them, they're so varied, you don't really find anything. In your initial examination anyway, and the queen and the other goblins seem anxious to get the door open. So you don't know if they'll give you much more time to keep looking.
Okay. Well, I'll go down and I'll say, I do not know if it is safe. We're still in the truth area?
Yes.
And then I will add, but I do not care.
Excellent.
Do the thing.
I do the thing. She doesn't look tall enough to reach it quite?
She's probably about 2 feet too short.
Okay. Using my knowledge of physics, do I think that I should cast Enlarge on Marnie or on Queen Gumila Gumani?
So looking at the way that the stack is currently swaying, you think it might be problematic to add a lot more weight to the top of the stack.
Yeah. So I will cast Enlarge on Marnie. Well, I mean, it's only taking a small creature to a medium, so it's not like crazy, but yeah. I mean, if they're already faltering in the middle, I'll make Marnie larger.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure gets Delmore excited.
Okay, so in addition to being larger, you now have advantage on strength checks and saves, and your weapons all deal an extra d4 of damage.
So like it's basically like the Popeye spinach maneuver. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Exactly.
Marty just like flexes her biceps and just.
And you grow taller. And it now looks like the queen will be able to reach that handle. But you're still a good distance back from the wall. You formed the stack probably about 10 feet back from the wall. So I need everyone now.
Why did we do that?
Why did we do that?
Because to properly form a battle stack, you're not supposed to lean up on anything. You're supposed to just be able to climb up.
Okay, that's fair.
So I need you all to make either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics checks.
There's no way you're going to let me take that other one, right?
What other one?
The one I rolled before the dexterity check.
I actually used that 20 for yours.
Oh, okay.
So
It's strength.
So acrobatics or athletics. And you have advantage on strength.
Sorry. Could do better. Where is it? I lost it again.
Brian, I like these goblins, and I like to see them succeed. I'm going to use my inspiration so she can re-roll her dex check.
Okay.
Oh God. Sonny, can you?
Delmore, did you roll?
Unless I had inspired her before. It's a little late for that.
Okay. So the good news is this was a group check.
Bad news. What's the bad news?
And so you know, Marnie starts to step forward. Dawnflower definitely sorry. Under her is Delmore, and Delmore he's having a little trouble maintaining the people above him because he's so fascinated by the giantess below him. But Dawnflower manages to steady the rest of the stack, and Sunny sort of grips hard onto the queen's shins to keep her from
it helps
toppling
that
off.
she's like a child, you know.
Yeah. So you do step forward to the door, and the queen reaches out and grabs the stone ring. At which point, emerging from the door are 4 more stone rings at exactly the right heights for each of you in the stack.
Oh.
I need you all to make an athletics check now
Oh boy.
to pull the door open.
This is where it's all going to shit, guys.
Oh my god. Wait, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rolling
Sorry,
well
everything is
tonight.
slow for me.
It's okay.
Do we both have like mediocre strength and really terrible decks?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, you have bad decks?
I do the
Yeah, I mean, I have a 10.
Oh. Well, I have 11 strength in a 7 dex.
Oh.
I'm
Never mind.
gonna do the thing. It's gonna happen. I promise. I complained that Delmore's pulling on my hair, and I should really just focus on what he's doing.
My hair is so wind swayed, and yours just gets caught in it.
Well, my hair gets pretty much everywhere. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's perfect. As you all pull on these stone rings, the door grinds open. Inside, air rushes out. You smell a musty smell, just of air that has been shut away for too long. And the queen sort of reaches down and pats Sunny and points inside. And Sunny, you know from your looking at the petroglyphs that you probably have to enter in the battle stack.
Of course we are.
All right, I passed the word on down the line. Marnie, forward, I guess.
I'm so glad I
Alrighty.
elected Marty to be a part of this.
I need one more.
Koshak, we needed your modifiers.
One more athletics or acrobatics check.
All right. I've been getting like 24. Oh no.
Do I have
Really,
anything?
why haven't I been inspiring people?
Haven't you been inspiring people?
I can.
I don't.
No.
I can turn the queen invisible.
I
Make her
need
harder to hold on to.
I need
Guys, I'm
Delmore
sorry,
and
but I
Dawnflower.
refuse to give her my inspiration.
I
Yes.
did a
Dawnflower
22.
rolled a 22.
Oh,
I
okay.
rolled first.
Oh, my bad. I thought those were from the last one. Okay, so despite that 3 from the queen, she sort of bonks her head on the door as you all enter. As Marnie forgets that she is now a large creature.
I'm a monster. Yeah.
You're a monster!
But you do all successfully enter this temple. It's not very large inside. You can see everything is covered with dust. Vines have grown up through the ground into the temple. But when you enter, you see along the back wall a mosaic, a painting made out of little cut pieces of stone that seems to depict the Jakuli Moa in this white snake form. And as you enter, the snake that's depicted there, made out of all these tiny little iridescent white stones, starts to move just on the wall, almost like a cartoon. And you hear it say, "Welcome. Tell me, you have met my children, the Batiri. Tell me of them. Do my children still honor truth and goodness?
These
More
ones
so
do?
than humans that I know.
They are the sweetest, kindest, most just thoughtful creatures I have met in my travels.
Again, I feel like I need to make it clear. These ones do. There are some that are more concerned with robbing people and flying through the air after being launched by catapults.
But this tribe is very nice.
The snake opens its mouth, and you see a small recess in the wall. And you hear in your heads a thank you for your honest assessment. Take this as a reward for befriending my children.
What height is it?
Yeah, who's to pick it up?
Who's in the middle? Dawnflower. It's at your height.
Oh, I will pick it up.
So inside the little recess is a small stone puzzle cube.
Oh boy.
And what it shows on each face are different animals. And you realize very quickly that each face depicts... each face is divided into... It's a freaking Rubik's Cube.
You know, I used to have a Rubik's Cube and 20 intelligence, and I had a very hard time with it. I am not sure what Dawnflower is going to be able to do with that.
Each face, each little element on the cube, 9 on each face, they depict the different trickster gods. Sorry, 6 of the different trickster gods, not all 9. And you get the idea that perhaps there's something to solve here.
Can I see that?
And the queen then sort of taps on Sunny and motions that it's time to start climbing down, and she climbs down.
Oh, at least we don't have to go down the, go out first and then get off. Because that could have been a thing.
And you can each climb down without effort.
I choose not to.
Excellent.
What's poking me in the head?
Sure.
Well,
Children ask
I will end the cube to Sunny. Yeah, I'm not sure I could solve this, even if I had all the time in the world. It seems rather complicated.
I'd like to sit down cross-legged, kind of right in front of the altar within the temple and work on it for a little while.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Just pull out my pipe and just watch.
Can't give myself inspiration.
Okay, so you sit there and you spin it and twist it, and you manage to line up 8 Jakuli on one face, but you can't figure out how to get all 9 of them on one face. So that is the puzzle remains unsolved, and afterwards you feel a bit exhausted, like maybe this sort of intellectual effort is something you can only do once a day.
There's a mental strain.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just frustration. You can't go through it more than once a day. God damn it!
That too. But the goblins offer to give you all a place to rest for the night, for the day. It's still noon. They give you their hospitality. And Odgrok says, Queen say can guide to stars for friends.
I would really appreciate that.
That's very kind of her. By the way, Dawnflower, you can speak with animals, can't you?
Of course.
You know, it's not like a thing you need to like activate. You just kind of do it.
No. I can talk with them.
Has that snake been saying anything?
Have I heard snakes say anything? No,
You
not
have not.
Not a word. Also silent.
No. I could try to speak with it more directly. Maybe it simply did not feel all that interpelled. Would you like me to try? You seem very interested in the snake. It is pretty.
It's fascinating. I'm curious if it has anything to say.
Well, let's go and ask it. Come. I'll grab your arm. Let's just go see the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Marty gets back to hugging people.
Okay. They form a line.
Because now I'm
that
more
leads.
huggable.
Yes, they form a line that leads out and around the hut where the queen had you all, and they take turns hugging you and then running around to the back of the line.
Extra points if you can hug Delmar.
It's like the DMV, but pleasant.
Yeah. Like tropical Ewoks.
Tropical Ewoks.
So, Dawnflower and Sunny, are you going to try and talk to the snake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just approach and say hello to the snake. I'll explain to the queen. My friend here is curious about it's Moa, the name of the snake. Did they name the snake at all? I was just
You
Moa
didn't.
is the god.
Moa's the god. The snake was a gift from Moa. They don't seem to have mentioned a name.
I don't know. They could have named the snake after the god. I mean, crazier things have happened. But I will actually ask. Does the snake have a name? My friend is very interested. She finds it quite fascinating. I was hoping that we could talk, if that's all right.
Oddgrok sort of shrugs and he says, "It called Queen's Snake."
Queen Snake is a valid
Very
Like the band.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the snake. Hello, Queen Snake. I was hoping. Well, my friend here was very impressed by you and your appearance, and was wondering if you were able to talk.
The snake lifts its head off of the queen's shoulder, looks at you, and sticks its tongue out a few times, sort of smelling the air. And then it turns its head back to the queen. You still don't hear any animal language, but then it sort of just curls back up around her. The queen then gestures to Oddgrok, who says, "Okay, see if get right. Queen say snake say you. Snake no talk you."
You understood all that, Sunny. I hope.
I think so. I think it's just saying that she doesn't want to talk to us.
I think it can't talk to us.
Oddgrok sort of whispers to you.
You have to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, pure speculation, but you probably have to be as devoted to the truth as the queen is.
Ooh.
Are you
Oddgrok
calling
nods.
me a liar?
Oddgrok nods and he whispers, he says, "Queen say once snake talk in head."
That I gathered. I was simply curious.
You must be real smart.
You are hilarious, my friend.
You're not wrong.
When you call him hilarious, he puffs up, and he turns to the other goblins and says, "She say I hairiest."
Okay, I'm starting to like these goblins.
You're exactly what we needed after a character death.
But why the snake, Sonny? I understand it's a very pretty creature, but you've never paid that much attention to the other creatures that we've met.
I mean, this is a fascinating thing. It has the ability to make anybody tell the truth just by being around it.
It is. Like your name. It's a very interesting name.
It's foreign. No one can pronounce it very well, so I typically will say something else.
Do I know of, like, is it a are the Yuan-Ti children? They are, right?
There are Yuan-Ti all over the world.
Okay.
So different communities in different places, just like humans or dwarves or whatnot.
Yeah, they're basically vermin.
That's fair.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
I don't know. I mean, I know that Trent is hiding stuff because Trent is always hiding stuff, but I guess I'm not getting any weird vibe. Am I getting a weird vibe? I've been smoking a little, so I'm probably no, it's fine. It's all good. Oh, let's go
You're just
have
having
a party.
bad trip.
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
Shall we try to get them to play the drums again? I haven't danced in
Oh, they never stopped. The party kept going on in the Queen's tent when you all went out to the temple, and just seemed to pick up in rhythm and booze after the temple was opened. There are several goblins who are now drunkenly trying to clean out the temple. But otherwise, the party is in the Queen's tent.
Do they go in a battle stack with 5 brooms?
Yeah. Well, no. The top one, of course, has like a rag, so you can wipe off. They don't make brooms that long, but otherwise, yes.
Marty's. Oh, sorry.
Koschik, because you've been so suspicious the whole time, you do notice that one goblin who was standing beside that one odd hut has not moved from his post. But the rest of the village seems to be enjoying the party.
I'm going to try and slink off unnoticed.
You can't beat my perception, boy.
Yeah, I
Roll
could help
stealth.
you, but
I want to have a stack to
Why
dance
am
with.
I talking to this potted plant?
The goblins also serve food that seems to be stacked 5 different fruits high.
Amazing.
Oh, they
Kebabs?
probably have some really good burgers.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I imagine kebabs.
Kebabs are probably a thing.
Okay.
Kebabs are a impaled Batari battle stack. They don't talk about that.
Oh God.
Oh.
Marty's singing along with the music, and I'm telling you, it is. And I said, "Hey."
And all the little goblins start singing along with you.
Yeah, I find a stack of goblins to dance with because I'm sure they come to dance in stacks.
They do, but with the dancing and the drinking, the stacks don't tend to last very long. So you, although you dance with one stack, there are probably 15 or 20 goblins that cycle through the stack, just as goblins fall off and others climb back up to the top. Koschik, you sneak off into the woods, circle around behind this hut, start to approach, and the goblin that's guarding turns and looks directly at you. He smiles and he says, "Can help?"
What is in this hut? Why aren't you at the party?
"Me keep others from drunk pull."
From drunk pull?
"Yes, drunk pull bad."
What is the drunk pull?
"Goblins get drunk, then pull. Pull bad."
Oh.
What is in the hut?
Pull.
What is pull?
He reaches forward with both hands and sort of takes you by the collar. Well, he can't. By the belt is about as high as he can reach. And he yanks you towards him. He goes, that pull.
Kozjek speaks like a goblin. I don't know why I never realized it.
Good hunter.
Wait. Okay, I go over to Kozjek and I push his head to see if a goblin falls off its shoulder.
I'm just two goblins in a suit.
Oh no, we went pool.
The top one is named Kos, and the bottom one is named Jik.
I knew it.
This is canon.
Is he referring to an actual pole that is visible?
No, the hut it's the only hut with an actual door. All the other huts have these open, just holes that you can walk through. This one has a roof and a door. You don't know what's inside.
All right, I'm gonna walk away from him.
Okay. He says, "Wait, so bored."
Yes, and I understand why no one wants to keep you company, and I'll continue walking.
Oh,
That was mean as fuck, boy.
Wait, am I allowed to lie? Am I allowed to lie right now?
You are.
Oh, okay. Well, then I wouldn't have said that. I would have just walked away.
Okay. And you hear behind you, "Oh."
Guys, we gotta talk about John. I don't think he's a good fit for the group anymore. He's changed. Ever since he went to college.
Your college changes a man.
But
it's like when I go to play like a game with like multiple choices, but some of them are bad, and I play the game twice, but I just play it the same way twice because I can never do the bad.
One Paragon, one Renegade run.
Please, the renegade options are the most fun. Kicking people through windows, all
Punching
day, every
reporters.
day.
Shooting your friends in the back.
I have tried multiple games, and I just did The Witcher, and I think I might have made a couple of choices that were more like you're kicking sand at somebody.
Well, I mean, The Witcher's. We're off topic.
yeah,
Sorry.
We are.
Sorry.
just a bit. But so the goblins are happy to celebrate with you the rest of the night. They provide a hut for Syndra, who seems to be fading early. Zindar,
At
though,
the end of... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say
just
Zindar
wanted
continues to drink.
I just, at the end of the evening, because I mean the goblins were nice, but we've still gone through some stuff, and I mean, Dawnflower is feeling a little lost, so she's gonna turn to her solution and just brew a bit of vision fruit tea to try and just figure out if they're on the right path. So just to recenter herself, she's gonna go on a little vision trip.
Okay.
Just brewing this.
Make a.
We're safe here, so it's gonna be cool.
Make a wisdom roll with proficiency.
Okay.
Dum,
Man,
dum.
I just cannot roll.
You brew your drink, and the goblins are happy to supply you with any of the esoteric fruits or herbs or roots or barks that you need.
We still had some vision fruits, I think.
Tyrius
that
died
we
with
picked.
2 on him.
But they try and help you make it more flavorful, and there are a couple of them who are giving you advice on stir 3 times, then other direction, then
I did not know that you could count up to 3.
I smart one.
I can see that. You know what? I'll actually use Tyrius's fruits.
Okay.
That
No, if you think about him when you're using the fruit, you're gonna have visions of him.
So you take some of this vision fruit concoction that you and the goblins have worked up, and they look at you wide-eyed as well, and you give them each like a little spoonful.
for your help.
Yes, and the second, you give one a spoonful, its eyes get really big, its body goes stiff, and it just sort of falls over backwards. You give the other one a spoonful, and it jumps up in the air, spins around, and lands stone asleep. And then you take the potion.
I do.
You see the forest spread out beneath you, pathways leading through it, twisting and turning in no seeming pattern. You're flying high, high above, and you think maybe I should fly higher. You float up in your vision and see all of Chult spread out below you, clear as day, no clouds, nothing. And you see the twisting and turning paths within the jungle, some now more clear than others. You see one that leads up to the east coast, and then to the northernmost part of Chult. You see another that leads south, and then stops, maybe just a few days south of where you are now. You see a third that seems to appear much further to the south and lead only a couple of days' journey. You see a fourth that leads from your current location to the west coast and then stops at some point on the west coast, just north of Jahaka Bay. Not one of them seems to stand out more than the others.
I guess I might be able to float towards them. Do I feel like I have enough juice, or is it just like I see those paths and then it's done?
You feel like perhaps you could float towards one. They're all so far apart.
Okay. I mean,
you're not sure how long the vision will last, but you do feel like you have some control over what you see.
Okay, well, I already know where we're gonna go. It might be good to know what's gonna be there. So I'm gonna go to the second path, the one that's to the south that stops.
Okay. You follow it to the south. You see, perhaps, as you zoom down, you see a large horde of undead. They seem to just be shambling in no particular direction, almost like a herd of dinosaurs that's preparing for migration, but hasn't started their annual migration yet. Another couple of days south of that, you see, high up in the trees, a ship broken into 3 parts. And that is where the path ends. And you think, perhaps I have time to try one of the other paths, and you start to fly up, at which point you feel poke, 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 as a little goblin is sitting next to you, literally saying, poke, 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 as it pokes you with a finger.
What?
I feel sick.
Well, don't throw up here. Go outside. Take these. I give him the roots that I took when I was hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Take these. Go outside.
Oh, good. Need new toothbrush. And he stumbles outside.
No. Okay. I feel more connected with the jungle. I feel good about this. I'll tell them all tomorrow, but for now, I think it's bedtime.
Okay.
Feeling a little woo.
You go to bed. Would anyone else like to do anything before heading off to bed?
Yes. I also would like to go on a vision quest.
Okay.
I would like to go back into the temple and sit down and concentrate for a little while, focusing on the cube. And when that doesn't really work out, I want to take out one of my own pieces of vision fruit. Take a little slice and start eating it.
Okay. What are you going to focus on?
I want to focus on... Sorry, is it Mao? I'm suddenly forgetting.
Moa.
Moa. Yeah. I want to focus on Moa. I want to focus on trying to communicate with this trickster god in whatever way, whatever, magical energies are left here, whatever impression it has.
Okay.
I don't know if that's possible, especially considering that I think we know that a trickster god's dead.
No, this is good. I like this. Give me just a second.
You done good, kid.
Yeah, I just have to look something up.
I'm going to go get a drink and also find something for my bloody nose.
Yeah, I'll be right back as well.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just checking something.
Well, it says here that any player that attempts immediately suffers 20d12 damage? Okay.
What?
What?
You cut off. You said any player that attempts.
Oh, the joke's lost now.
No. Oh, I see what. No. I was looking for a specific thing.
A vision quest?
So I had to look in my notes for where this thing was that you're going to get the vision of. I do need you to roll a wisdom save. I gave Dawnflower proficiency because she
does a lot of drugs.
She does a lot of drugs.
She's what we call habitual.
I don't know if I should use Tamir's Tyranny.
It's up to you.
Question. Sorry, just the tier. Do I have to use the second roll? Or is it?
No, it's exactly like the lucky feat. You pick the roll to use.
Okay, then yeah, I will use it.
Okay.
I'll use the first one.
Okay. So you chew on the fruit, its bitter taste filling your mouth. You're not used to this sort of pharmacology. And you concentrate on the mosaic, and it doesn't really start to move at all. The magic might have gone out of it. But you do eventually fall asleep in the tomb. And you, when you do, you dream of a ruined city, and beneath that city, a tomb. And within that tomb, you see a stone sarcophagus. Inside is a bundle of faded cloth. It seemed to hold the bones of a snake, a very large snake.
Do snakes have bones? I legitimately don't know.
Yeah.
They do. Many.
It's like a
fish.
giant spine with a
Terrible.
rib cage all the way down.
Lying
Oh yeah, I can think of it. I thought that might have been cartridge, whatever. But yeah, okay.
Lying on top of the remains is a long carved piece of wood, a staff carved in the shape of a jaculi. And you hear, coming from the staff, almost a voice that sounds reminiscent of the voice you heard coming from the mosaic. It says, "Let me help you. I promise we will do good things together."
That is all I wish.
And then you wake up. In the morning. That's all you remember of your dream.
Huh.
So at night still, I would have hung around and watched to see if there was a time that there was like, a changing of the guard or something at this hut.
God damn it.
Okay. There does not seem to be a changing of the guard at the hut. Not that you
man.
notice. But you can attempt to sneak back up if you want.
No, I'm not that interested.
This may play into what Marnie wants to do.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, okay, so Marnie finds herself on a bit of a quest. She's unintentionally become the hug queen of this village, and she's trying to hug absolutely every single member of this tribe. So at some point she noticed she remembers, oh, there's that guard over there. I'm gonna go give him the biggest hug because he's been just away from everything and he hasn't had a chance to enjoy himself. So Marnie will go over there and say, it's hug time, and then she'll give him a big hug and possibly sit and chat.
Okay, so when you say that and start to reach out for a hug, he steps back a little bit and he says, on duty. Tomorrow?
But the hug, you can't. Is it written that you can't have hugs on duty?
And his head is on a swivel. He seems to be taking this very seriously. And he says, on duty.
Okay, before we leave tomorrow, you are very dedicated to your job. How long have you been a guard?
All day.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah,
2 days and then many days. So, that is. Did anything happen?
Have to sleep sometime.
It's true. Do people switch jobs? So, like,
yes.
Today you're a guard, tomorrow you're
tomorrow I'm drummer.
So you prefer being a drummer? Is that your?
It's all fun.
Oh, okay. It's about having fun. That's what really.
He nods and he says, thank you.
Oh, no problem. It's been a good day. We needed that. We had a bit of a rough patch that I know all about.
Because I was totally there.
And you're going to keep just talking to him?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kostrik, if you want to try and sneak up again, he's not going to have advantage. He would have advantage for his hyper alertness, but disadvantage for being distracted by Marnie, which gives him a straight roll. If you choose.
Right. Well,
There's no way you're not going to roll like a 26 this time.
Well, I know, especially because when I rolled 17, that wasn't even a good roll, like remotely. So,
So turn down the suck. Start rolling like a champion.
He literally cannot roll high enough. He's a bit lonely. He's a little sad from seeing everyone get to party when he's stuck on guard duty. And you've seen, as you watch over the course of the night, every now and then a couple of goblins come over, aiming themselves drunkenly at that hut, laughing, and he shoos them away. So you, while he's talking with Marnie, you manage to sneak around, and the door to the hut is not locked. These goblins don't have a lot of that kind of, it looks like, thing around. They tend to be very trusting. The door itself seems to be sufficient when they're not all shit-faced to stop them. And when you go inside, you see a strange mechanism. It's the only piece of metal you've seen, and it looks like it's a piece of metal where ropes are coming into it from all different directions. Coming out of it is one rope. And the end of that one rope is right there in the hut. The other ropes all are taut and extending out beneath the walls of the hut.
Oh, he was saying pull, not pull.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. It's so tempting. I mean, this is one of those moments where you're like, if I don't do this, I might never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I could really ruin things.
Ruin things or make them that much better.
Both are in character for you.
I'm not going to encourage you. But I'm not going to discourage you.
It is up to you.
There's like a little Velmar on your shoulder.
And a little Tyrius with angel wings on the other shoulder.
Aww.
And above your head, there's just Dawnflower saying, "Do you, you do you."
We've been here all day at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to walk out and not do anything with it.
Okay.
Grumbling to myself.
When you walk out,
soaring through the air.
When you walk out, the goblin who was on guard duty and is talking with Marnie says, he hears you. He turns around. He goes, "No, you no pull!" And he runs inside and he looks and he goes, "Oh, thank more."
What would happen if I pulled?
Bad.
Yes, what bad?
Well, you pull, and he reaches up and pulls. And then holding the rope, which now has come loose from this metal contraption, you see the other ropes that were taut leading into it. You hear a snap from each of them, and they each just rubber band out from underneath the hut. And he says, "Then that, then this." And you hear a whipping, cracking sound as the entire village gets pulled up in a giant net. Buildings crashing into each other. A giant tree that had been bent over starts whipping upwards. I want everyone to make a dexterity save.
Am I tripping when this is happening?
You're passed out. So you are at disadvantage, as is Sunny.
Dexterity save?
Yes.
I'm not going to succeed on this. Who am I kidding? Yeah.
Oh.
That's a 3.
Okay.
Mine is actually an 8. Wait, I have disadvantage. Let me roll that again.
What's the big
17.
idea? Throw me through the air like a frisbee.
So
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
all right. So I want Kostick, since you started this all, why don't you roll me a d12?
Sure, gladly. Oh, a perception check.
No, this is to determine the direction in which it gets flung.
Okay.
This is like akin to the
That's not south.
No.
So
Are we being thrown towards that undead blip?
Yeah.
no, you're getting thrown towards 10 o'clock, so back towards the river.
Well, we just come from there.
Yeah. I could go for a dip.
Okay. Let's see. Everyone.
River
well,
have all
soft
kind of
landing.
monsters in it.
I mean, soft landing potentially where we drown because we're still entangled in a net, but...
Everyone who rolled less than 15.
This might have been everyone.
Everyone except for me.
Just
Actually,
hey!
Or
And
Delmore.
Delmore.
actually, I'm asleep, and I made the save.
Show off.
So everyone who failed takes 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
I think I'm out.
Everyone who succeeded takes 15.
Wow.
29 hit points.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, Sonny, you were inside the stone temple.
Oh, that doesn't
Passed out.
count? Okay, so-
You're fine.
Was I by any chance there?
So I assumed everyone was at the party.
Uh,
Oh no, you sent me that thing.
I'm not gonna die either way. So
Okay, let the record show that I didn't actually pull the.
Reginald, you were
you're clear of guilt.
No, that's bullshit. This is your fault.
So
is Sunny not getting pulled?
That's
Is the temple
being
not coming with us?
that's correct. Sunny, when you wake up in the morning,
There's no village.
there's no village.
It's like Rip Van Winkle. How long have I been asleep?
No, it probably has something to do with that vision.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm never doing these vision fruits again. God damn it.
But the rest of you all take damage. Dawnflower, you are when you do come to. No, you would come to, and then you had gone to bed. So you wake up the next morning. Everyone else, you are still awake when the village crashes. You hear Odgrok scream as the village is flying through the air. God damn it, not again! And after it crashes, the queen gesticulates madly, and he's just translating. And you figure out it's not so much for you as the rest of the goblins, and it's just like, after every party. So
The question
Does this
is,
help at all?
How far have we gotten? Is it like
you traveled about 10 miles through the air.
Oh my god. Goblin technology.
So this is
Did you say 10 miles?
Mm-hmm.
My God.
And how fast?
In the wrong direction.
In the wrong direction.
Yep.
And you fly through the air. It takes approximately an hour. As the village is rolled up into a giant ball, flying through the air.
So there's a period of time where we stop screaming because we're exasperated, and we just look bored with our situation.
Exactly. You can't really move because everything is squished together.
How tight is the net?
Very.
I just hope we don't land in Pachino.
Oh my God. No. Brian, I'm sorry. I'm getting out of this.
Okay.
Whatever he does, I
Near me.
counterspell it.
Who's near me?
So Marnie probably would have been. No, Marnie was out talking to the guard.
Yeah, no, I was next on my.
Yeah, when he pulled it.
Kozjik
So is
too.
Kozjik. Dawnflower was also away, and so,
Yep.
so I guess it's just
So-
Reginald.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Syndra.
Syndra
Oh,
was
yeah.
in a different.
She's gonna die in this, Brian.
Yeah.
look at all
Don't
the
say
fucking
yeah.
Well, you have time. You have mid-air time to get to her. You've got like 3 minutes.
I take whatever goblin is near me.
The queen is near you.
Okay. I will not do this to her because I feel that's rude. Is the guide there?
Yeah. Odgrok?
Yes, I dimension door with him outside of this to the ground.
Okay. And he looks around and he says, "Oh, we have a long way to catch up."
Well, actually, I thought they would be coming back here.
Wait, how do all the goblins survive?
Why come back? Village move. Stay with village.
Don't you need the temple?
Temple in heart.
They're so
I love you.
Is
Oh,
Odrock
where
the one
heart
that can
is.
count to 3?
No. That was one of the other goblins.
They're too sweet for this world.
And he says he shrugs and starts walking in the direction that the village had been flying.
All right.
The rest, when the village lands, the rest of you notice the goblins seem to be somewhat used to this means of travel. And so they knew how to brace themselves. They're all pretty banged up, don't get me wrong, but none of them are dead.
This mode of transport is like if you got in a
Except
car
Syndra.
and you just drove in a straight line as fast as you could.
And then smashed into a wall.
Well, yeah, exactly. Just paying no attention to what's in your way.
Exactly. But when the village lands and the net falls apart, there are huts that are on their sides, and toppled over and upside down. And as you start looking through, helping the goblins clean up, someone remembers Syndra, goes to her hut and finds that she has passed.
Peacefully in the night? Or from a broken neck?
I don't think we're
Broken ribcage.
You're not there, but someone else could roll a medicine check.
I mean, did I sleep through this, or would the
You woke up the next morning.
I slept through it.
Your hut
All right.
was toppled over top of you, and you look around, and this doesn't look like the same area of jungle. Sunny's missing.
I think
Marnie
we
will
like 4
probably
more
check.
days before she was supposed to expire, so.
All right, so Reginald, you can tell that she seems to have died of not of the impact, of just
Well, that's
simply
good.
wasting away.
I feel a little bit better then.
I don't tell you, dick.
All right, in the morning, I want Tony and John to each roll a d20.
Early.
Why? Because we hate each other now?
Okay. Thank you.
You guys start talking about making bunk beds.
I'm gonna just cast sending so I can tell Marnie and I don't want to do Cinder because I think she might be dead from the impact. I'll pick somebody else, probably Dawnflower, and I'll just tell them where I am
Okay.
and ask if they're okay.
Do you guys tell Dawnflower, do you tell Delmore that Sunny is not with the group?
I mean, at this point, I don't know how much I realized. I mean, what time is it? I just woke up. I have no idea where I am. I mean, I took the vision fruit, but it never does that. What's up with the visions that don't do the things that they're supposed to do anymore? I think I just started a rant about how visions are not what they used to be. They used to be so much better, and I use my 25 words to
They
rant.
don't make them like they used to.
Okay. Delmore, you and Odgrok walk through the night. If you want, if you want to stop, he'll stop. Otherwise, you're going to walk through the night and take a level of exhaustion.
I am not planning on walking back to the village.
Okay.
I have a person I am desperately wanting to get to, so I will cast sending every so often and let them know where I am, but I will be flying south, using the treetops and never touching the ground.
Okay. How long does fly last?
10 minutes. So I get 20 minutes of fly, then I take a short rest, and I get 20 minutes of fly again.
Just hanging out in the treetops.
Okay. I'm not going to do the math on that. You lose your guide, who had offered to take you.
I have the star still, right? I got a little diagram thing. Yeah.
I need you to roll. Let's make 2 survival checks.
You are going the way of Lodeg.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith in my patron.
Right.
Brian?
Uh-huh.
No, you have faith in your patron, Brian?
Oh,
I don't know anything about my patron. I left it all up to him. I got zero knowledge.
In Faerun, his name is Brian.
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 Okay, so there's Delmore. And there's Sunny.
And we never saw them again.
Where's the hug part?
Wait.
Okay. So first, Delmore, you fly south over the treetops, stopping every so often to rest up and then cast fly again and continue flying south. You make it after the day. You make it about there. roll perception for me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sonny, you wake up in this temple, and when you step outside, the village is gone. However, it's very obvious this clearing is here. It is freshly cleared. You see some baskets and debris that seems to have been tossed aside.
Can I just search around and see if I can determine exactly what happened?
Yeah. Roll investigation.
Oh, did not need to do that publicly.
Yeah, I follow the trail of broken limbs of branches up and out of the place.
Yeah, you take about an hour sorting out what exactly happened because it's so weird, right? You're not familiar with this sort of thing at all, but you do piece together exactly what happened from the remains of the ropes that had tied the village down. You find the broken tree that had been used as the method of propulsion, and you're able, even with that roll, to start picking out every so often, maybe every half hour or hour, pieces of the village that have fallen. So you can follow a rough trail to the village. It's probably going to take you all day.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I'll start heading that direction.
Okay. Are you going to try and go quietly or quickly?
I'm going to try to go quickly, and as soon as I think that there's something coming at me, I'm going to turn invisible.
Roll perception.
For an hour.
Okay.
This is how I die.
Actually, no. As you're moving very quickly through the woods, through the jungle, you hear ahead of you, and you remember Koschik mentioning he had sensed a large herd of undead, sort of in this direction, vaguely. And so when you hear this sound from up ahead, you at first can't tell if it's a large creature, but quickly you figure out that's many creatures, and it's probably what he was talking about. You turn invisible. Roll stealth with advantage.
Yeah, not bad.
Mm-hmm. And you make your way. You take a wide berth of where you think this group of undead is, and continue on for the rest of the day without encountering anything per se. And you can follow the trail to where the village landed. Now, that being said, what is everybody else doing in the village when you wake up in the morning?
Probably start making our way back towards where we're going.
Yeah.
Maybe help the goblins get settled and, pack up their wreckage.
They seem to have a routine for this, and it doesn't take them more than an hour to get their village back into working order. And you notice as you're helping them that the buildings seem almost designed for these kind of high-speed crashes. And within, you notice things like furniture and baskets and whatnot in the smaller ones seem to be like tied to the walls so that they don't go flying.
They're built like roll cages.
Yes, essentially. And so after about an hour, the village is back in order. Zindar, knowing that you all are heading off on your mission, says he's going to stay with the goblins. He's been talking with them. There are other Moa tribes spread throughout the North Jungle, and he's going to try and get them to help him get the city back.
Oh, that actually does bring up a better point. What are we going to do about Syndra? Because we can't bury her or burn her.
Burn her buddy.
No, because she's going to be resurrected.
Resurrection can be done without a body if it's powerful enough.
Yeah,
I don't think she had that kind of money. Sorry.
Yeah, he's going to recommend that at least, a hand or something be buried if you intend to burn the body. That way, or rather a hand be taken with you so that you have something to resurrect.
I thought we realized we couldn't resurrect if they're...
If
She
you break
set
the
aside-
death curse.
She set aside funds to have pretty much everybody resurrected that died on our initial assault.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming us and her.
That is
Okay,
correct.
so we think that if we break the death curse, we took a Tyrius back?
Well, you burned Tyrius.
Why did we burn Tyrius then?
Because nobody remembered that.
I did,
No,
but I was dead.
I thought the point was that the souls get eaten and they don't...
I mean,
I'm trying to remember...
Well, the
It's not
resurrection
a
is
guarantee.
assuming they can
Yeah.
destroy the soul longer before each soul
Yeah,
is processed.
it's not
So-
a guarantee that we can save a soul.
Well, then, can we have kept a little bit of Tyrius?
I'm sure
The
that
peak
Sunny
that he
would
probably wanted
Zombie finger on his
kept the
body.
most.
Yeah.
His hair?
You would
Yes.
have. Would Sonny have taken a memento?
If no one was watching, sure.
Yeah.
But again,
Like a
this is more along the lines of this is important information. Like, if we think we can get him back,
It's not guaranteed if
No,
you
of
break
course
the
not,
soul
but-
curse.
but,
But
I mean,
Syndra
if
did
we kill him,
early in the
it's-
adventure set aside and tell you that she set aside money to bring back
Mm-hmm.
the people who were lost in that attack on the Duchess of Rot's.
then yes,
Castle.
then we absolutely would have taken a pinky finger.
Okay.
Okay, so who's carrying the bag of dead body parts?
Dead
Oh,
friend.
I am.
part.
I assumed
guess.
they are preserved in something like honey.
Ooh, we should pickle it.
Oh, my bees.
Honey works.
Honey works.
I've got a lot of honey.
Well, shit. Yeah, I think Delmar has the
Delmore has the jar.
Delmore has
Far
6
away.
I'll
feet 4
supply
inches
the
of honey.
Mhm.
I will supply the honey. I do not want to be carrying the dead body parts.
I'll carry them.
Okay.
So Delmore might have tried to contact me. I was slightly upset because we were not at the place where I fell asleep at, and that's the second time in 2 days that my visions have failed me, and I might not have told him anything useful. I'm sorry.
The rest of you, after taking care of all of this, you set off back in the direction you came from, and you'll meet Sunny around early afternoon, coming in the other direction.
So, Ryan,
Mhm.
in addition to the thing I did,
Oh, yeah. So when you solved the cube, you felt a glow of energy come over you. You now have 3 uses of Zone of Truth.
I do?
Yes.
I just wanted to leave it there for
Who solves the
like-
cube?
fuck. I am just too dastardly.
Sonny, when you woke up, you found the cube solved in your bag.
Did it?
Bless you.
It's Vision You that did it.
My intent was to like solve it and leave it there for you to open.
You
But-
should have solved it to the point there was one step left, and she just like changes one thing. It's like, oh, I did it.
I should have. I didn't think it worked like that, so I fucked up. My bad.
Sorry.
It probably doesn't work like that.
So you now can cast Zone of Truth 3 times using your spellcasting stat.
Oh, sorry, I stole your cube.
It's all right.
But in addition, I wanted to talk to Delmore because I'm sure through completely non-meta reasons, we would have talked about all the books that we like and how most of them have spells in them. And I just happen to have a bunch of ink here. And he's got a bunch of spell books.
How are you talking to Delmore? Because he is currently 2 days travel south of you.
I assume this was during the party time before we were ejected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I just want to establish that him and I will be trading goods and services. Free market economy.
Free market academy.
All right. But you travel until about early afternoon when you meet up with Sunny. You see her following some kind of trail. This is maybe a couple hours after you pass the horde of undead.
It's actually quite lucky we met at all. The jungle is quite, large.
Well, I assumed you would follow the trail back, and it's easy enough for Kostyk to pick up. He doesn't need to even roll.
Jungle is big. Good to see her, though. Quite happy that we haven't lost everyone.
Happened?
I'm not quite sure.
Goblins.
The village went flying through the air, but was there an attack? What?
The goblins just are stupid. That is.
So the goblin guard, whose name is Lidio.
To be stupid in French.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I thought the pun was Lidio because he's leading you.
Nope. He would have explained that this is a defense mechanism for when those undead hordes come through. They just relocate the village.
I passed by the undead horde. So, was that what happened? I'm confused.
I asked one of them what happens when you pull a rope, and he pulled the rope. And that's what happened.
He's not lying.
Goblins are so sweet.
You all keep saying they're sweet. I think... Never mind.
I'm surprised they lived this long, to tell you the truth. They're very sweet, don't get me wrong. But jungle is a dangerous place. And, have you seen Delmore? He tried to talk to me this morning, but I'm not sure. Is he with you?
No, I woke up all by myself.
He's been sending me messages. He
actually couldn't. He could send one.
Oh, he sent me message.
Oh yeah.
One to Dawnflower if he's going to move that far flying.
Oh, he didn't send me anything. I feel hurt.
Well,
I'm sorry, Mommy.
What I assumed was I sent. Oh yeah, I only do have 2 spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I had 2 spell slots.
Yeah, and if you want to use,
not a spell slot.
If you want to fly for 20 minutes and then rest for an hour, you don't have enough spell slots to keep sending messages.
I can take an hour to send 2 messages.
Okay.
My husband sent me a message. Our marriage is safe.
So
he says,
which one of them has Macabre?
Yes.
I was working late.
So, Delmore, who do you send the messages to and what do you say?
The initial one I would have sent to Marnie, and then the follow-up ones I would have sent to Tyrius. No, Dawnflower and Sunny, I think.
Okay. So everybody is sort of aware of Delmore's southward flight for the winter.
I migrate.
Well, if I get an opportunity to give you a more coherent message, I would warn you that there is, I've seen in my visions that totally did not move this village, a horde of undead where you were headed. I don't know exactly where, but it's there. Be careful.
Okay.
So, Delmore, I'm going to need to know about your night situation. And is the group planning? Are you planning to keep heading south without the group, knowing that they're now back on the trail?
I'm going to the ship, and I'm waiting for them to get there.
Okay.
Is the plan?
Uh-huh.
Because if Jack is dying, I would like to go save him before he is actually dead.
Okay.
It's a noble ideal. It's probably going to get crashed, but it's very
Probably.
noble.
When I get to what I think is the area, I'll start casting Locate Object on the ship, which I am familiar with, I believe. You can tell me if that's true or untrue. And then if it doesn't work within that 1,000 feet, I'll go another 1,000 feet in the direction I think it is and cast it again until I eventually find it.
Okay, so that's not going to be happening in the next day. You're not going to.
I'm just telling you my
enough.
plan so you can, you can know what's going on.
Cool.
Is that plan shitty? I'm just going to ask everybody right now. Is that a shitty plan?
It's your plan, after all.
Okay, it's shitty. Can you carry on?
I mean, there's no risk of fire, so that's a good start.
And I assume the rest of you are going to head south after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Did we grab the goblin to guide us?
No, Delmore left him alone in the jungle, and he ran off in search of his village.
And got eaten by a zombie horde.
Who knows?
I didn't think about that. If he doesn't survive this, I'm going to be really sad when I come back.
Listen, it's all on Lidio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You make a point.
It's always Lidio's fault.
This is exactly how you guys got Tyrion. Including the flying village.
So, Delmore, I need you to describe when you're not flying, when you're taking your long rest for the evening to avoid exhaustion, I assume.
When I'm not flying to rest, I don't have to sleep. I'll summon my familiar, so I have 2 pairs of eyes to watch. And I'm just going to make a little, near the top, the canopy of the tree. Just going to sit on a branch.
Okay, make a survival roll and a perception check.
Wisdom is my forte. Did I tell you about that?
Mm-hmm. So you are unable to make a nest high up in the trees. You're going to have to find thicker branches further down to support your weight. But you are able to fashion something. I want you to make a Constitution check. It's a DC 12. A save. DC 12. Yeah, that you can do. So you don't suffer a level of exhaustion from your haphazardly made tree nest. And neither you nor your familiar notice anything through the night. You can take off in the morning and start going again. And I'm going to come back to everybody else for this day.
I would like to make a point. I am traveling at night, not during the day.
Okay, then I would like you, as you're traveling at night, to make 2 survival checks at disadvantage.
He needs them stars.
I need the stars to know where I'm going, so I'll take the disadvantage.
Okay, you continue to fly south. So the party, how are you guys moving? Are you moving at a steady, quick pace? Are you attempting to move quietly to avoid what you assume are the undead hordes that were seen in various visions?
Well, I'll use my primeval awareness again when we start the day. And if there seems to be zombies relatively close to us, then maybe we'll move more cautiously. But if not, I think we should move quickly to catch up to Delmore.
Okay, so with your primeval awareness, you're able to pick out the zombie horde that Sunny had seen, and they seem to be moving eastward. So you feel like you could probably move at a fair clip, at least over the next 5 miles anyway.
Okay.
Let's go quick.
Then I need a survival roll from you guys.
Yay!
Everyone?
Nope, just Koschik.
You're probably a
Ooh.
lot better at this than I am.
Wow.
Like that.
He's very good at this.
I've never rolled so many 20s with a character before.
I remember when I rolled 20s with characters.
Okay. So you do feel like you have moved very well and quickly today because you found a river and you continue to follow it south. And Delmore takes time to mention that he remembers flying over a river partway along his journey, but that it early in the morning on today he saw it cut to the east before he kept going south. But otherwise, you run into nothing. You're able to avoid any large groups of undead. And you see that in this area they seem to have thinned out a bit.
Good. Hopefully that should make things a little bit easier.
Yep. The next day, Delmore, 2 more survival rolls as you fly at night.
Oh,
All right.
I would like a perception check. Excellent. So on the next day, evening, when your group is all resting, you start flying south and you're in such a hurry you almost missed it. But you see, deep in the trees, and perhaps you missed it because you're flying too high. This seems to have fallen deep down into the trees. You see a ship hanging in the trees, caught in the tree branches, and it is broken into 3 pieces. You see, though, that it doesn't seem to be a seagoing ship. There's some strange differences to the hull. But as you approach, you see that the stern of the ship is the lowest piece, and it hangs precariously by its rigging about 50 feet above the ground. The middle section is maybe 15 feet higher, and the bow section seems to be firmly wedged into some branches about 10 feet above that.
Did I know this didn't sail in the water?
How close are you with your brother?
Probably not very.
Right.
Jackass never comes home for spring break.
It looks something like this.
it's cool. Also, airship, awesome.
And
Air dwarfs.
as you approach, and I assume you're going to go straight in to see. You do
Yes.
see some people on the deck. And as you approach, you get pretty close before they seem to notice you, and you hear a weak voice call out, "Hello, can you help us?"
I just fly down and I whip out precautions. I'm like, yeah, food. What? No, I go down and yes, I can help you. What's wrong? I mean, what can I do?
So you land and you see a group of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people are in the ship. They seem to have stationed themselves in different parts of the 3 sections. Trying not to weigh any of them down too much, it seems. The one who called out to you introduces herself as Thessalandra Bravewing.
I
And
need these names in writing, Brian.
and when you land, She looks at you at first and she says, "You must be. That is so odd. Are you Delmore?"
H. Pildegraph. Yes. Have you seen Jack? I know you guys are probably.
And she just
starving.
starts to break into tears. Roll insight. At first, you think she's crying from grief, but then you can tell it's relief, maybe, and exhaustion. And she's just unable to process anything at the moment. One of the other
water.
She nods thankfully and she says, "Oh, water ran out 4 days ago."
I'll whip out my alchemy jug.
Uh-oh.
And so you've got enough flight left to move from piece to piece, giving them each water. And you get briefly the story from them that they crashed some time ago. They're not sure what. They've been without food for nearly a week and without water for about 4 days. They've got a few buckets to catch rainwater, but they have nothing to boil it with. Being stuck up in the tree, and you see down below there are zombies on the ground, sort of milling around, almost just sort of waiting. But after the water, they all seem on the verge of exhaustion. But Falx Horanus, who introduces himself as the master of arms on the ship, he's human. He says, "Oh, your brother and his friend, they went looking for help a week ago. We haven't found them." And they will explain they were attacked by terrafolk who sliced open the balloon.
Terrafolk, huh? What
Oh,
are those
God.
exactly? I just want to whisper to him. I don't know what those are.
The flying dinosaur people.
Are you saying they're mammals with wings?
Lizard people?
Okay, that's better. Or, I mean, because, dragonborns are technically mammals, but sometimes they have wings. It's weird.
And he is about to pass out from exhaustion as you're being pedantic to him.
Here's a ration. Why don't you get some rest? If you can.
Okay, rest of the group. Are you going to... You because it's just midday, you probably can... After about an hour with these people helping them out, you can regenerate your spell slots and call to your friends. If you like.
I'm sorry, who are you asking?
Delmore?
Delmore?
I'm sorry, I missed that. I was rereading these notes that I've taken.
Are you going to message your friends and tell them what you've found?
Yes.
You have 25 words. Who are you contacting?
Marnie.
Okay.
At the wreck, zombies wait below, attacked by the terrafolk.
Okay. Yeah, kill some
if
zombies.
I can tag it on at the end, I'll put Jack is missing, and then I'll just start shooting rays of frost at the zombies if that's possible. Just
roll a couple for me.
All right.
That's Cool. So you do fire off some rays of frost down at the zombies, and it's like shooting fish in a barrel, as they're just sort of standing there waiting for people to drop from exhaustion down to them so they can eat them. But when you start firing the rays of frost at them, the zombies scatter. But one of the sailors, his name is Nahar. He's a dwarf, but he's got a strange sort of weather-beaten appearance to him. He doesn't seem like a mountain dwarf or a hill dwarf. He looks. You've seen some people who've lived in desert climates, and he's got that look about.
Oh, he's got like
skin.
the sand-worn, like leatherish kind of skin.
Nahar, and he said after you fire off a few, he says, "Stop!
Why?
Because there are worse things in the jungle than just zombies."
Right. I'll stop.
So the rest of you know that Delmore has found what he's looking for.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we gotta get over to him. Oh, this is bad, but good, bad.
Going as fast as we can.
Yeah.
What if we skip?
Yeah, so on the next morning, you can all take off again if you'd like to continue this fast pace.
Yeah, we'll use the same strategy. I'll use primeval awareness to kind of... I mean, I know that it's sort of thinner in this area, but you know.
You do detect some to your east, pretty thick.
Let me ask you this, Brian.
Yes, sir.
So we have a figurine of Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
If I enlarge that creature, can it carry 4 people? Wait, we have 5. Never mind, my plan is flawed.
Yeah. I would give you 3 if you enlarged it.
My plan was shit.
I can't wait
Large
to be
only
able to turn
have
into something that flies. Oh, wait! Can I try to call forth animals that fly and that can carry people?
Oh.
The eagles!
Eagles! Let's go to Mordor, guys!
A Peaks of Flame, it's called in Faerun.
You whisper to a moth. 3 days later.
We even have a ring that used to grant wishes.
So what CR creature?
I'm gonna go with... Oh, okay. Oh, this is complicated. I think I'm gonna have to go with 2 if I want to have any chances of it being able to carry people.
Okay.
I mean, it's just 2 people.
So you're attempting to call one beast
giant bats
of challenge rating 2?
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on it being large and being able to fly.
Okay.
Mostly.
Roll a wisdom check for me.
Okay. Oh, and I believe our flaws are gone now. And
Giant
so
bats.
Are our superpowers.
Your superpowers are gone now.
Giant bats are 1/4 challenge rating, and they fly and they are large.
Yeah, I can't attack twice in one round.
So.
Oh no!
So you focus on summoning a
Shame.
large animal to fly you to the south. You cast this spell, and you hear leathery wing flaps approach. And the creature sort of fades into existence in the air above you and lands, and you recognize it as a Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh man.
And it lands surprisingly gently for such a large creature.
I want to do the Yuna thing, like when she summons Valfor and just pet it softly.
And being a huge creature, it will
can
fit
carry like 8 people.
5 of you.
Oh, we don't even need to use the figurine. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Well, I know why I didn't think of that earlier, but I mean, I think of it now, which is good.
I mean, you could probably use this over and over and over again.
Uh,
You broke the game.
for an hour, you can use this
Yeah.
creature.
That's true.
Could I channel my other spell slot into keeping it alive for another hour if needed?
No, but I want you to roll animal handling for me, and I want everyone to roll a dex save or acrobatics.
For balancing sake?
Those
For
are
balancing.
the same.
Because you don't have saddles.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Can I be tied to the beast?
You advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit, that's right.
Good save.
Hey, I rolled well.
Okay, so you and I need one from Dawnflower.
Oh, that's right. I mean, we're friends and all, but he's not going to do me any favors.
Well, it's just this creature is not used to having people ride it. Because and you're
So
not
the
used
chauffeur
to.
falls off.
So you can have my inspiration.
And you've got like 23 decks or something?
Not anymore.
Well.
But 11 is good enough.
Thank you, my son. I'm also very glad that you have decided to fly with us. I know you don't like flying.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah. But with that animal handling, you're able to spur the creature on to greater speeds. You're not going to get more time out of it, but you're able to encourage it to fly faster and harder than it has before. Now it's carrying 5 people, unless you want to use the figurine.
Should we combo it?
Huh?
It's a question that I'm asking.
Should we combo it?
Do you want to use the
Yeah.
figurine and the creature to try and make the creature lighter so it could get further?
I mean, I would rather enlarge the creature stronger.
You can't enlarge a huge creature.
Fucking, I'm tired of you being right, Brian.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken.
Well played. I mean, if you want to, I guess it's not mine anymore.
Actually,
So who's
no.
got
This does not have a limit on size, does it?
It's a large or smaller.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Sorry.
Thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken. All right. So are you taking the griffin from the figurine as well?
Who's got the griffin?
I presume that Sunny has most of Tyrus's belongings.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'll take the griffin. I mean, I don't need the rod of lordly might.
It wouldn't work for you anyway.
Okay, cool.
It works for nobody.
Yep, those special items all are limited to a particular person.
Cool. I'll have the griffin, then I'll ride the griffin instead.
Okay, and you can fit 2 people on the griffin. So 2 on the griffin, 3 on the Quetzalcoatlus.
Would the griffin slow down though?
It's a magical creature. As long as you can all fit on it, it is going to keep flying.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Nice.
I would like from Koschik a survival roll as he attempts to track Delmore from the air.
Oh damn.
You're gonna be good. I just know it. Believe in yourself. I believe in you.
That is good enough. So let's see how far you get. Over the course of the hour, you are able to travel 20 miles to the south.
Awesome.
You don't quite make it to Delmore.
Still, for an hour, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. You do find the place where the river turned to the east. You land, and you can continue on foot and probably reach Delmore by the evening.
I pet the creature before it leaves and thank it because it was very nice.
And just as the spell is about to end, the creature fades away into mist.
Should really do that more often. That was fantastic.
Are we in a hurry?
Well, we're trying to get to Delmar.
As far as we know, he's safe for the moment, right?
It's very true.
Yeah, what we know.
If there are undead in the area, then perhaps we want to be as rested as possible for our arrival. And also arrive during the daytime for those who have issues with the darkness.
Well, aren't we during the day? It's been only an hour.
No, but if we press on, we will get to him in the
At
evening.
nightfall, right?
Yeah.
About at nightfall, yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, it's a little tricky. Short rest is not going to do much, and
Do we need a short rest? Do you guys need a short rest?
no, that's the thing. It's not. I mean,
I can give you a short rest.
No.
I've used the spell
have
slot,
catnap?
but
I took catnap.
That's awesome.
I took it for you and Delmore.
I don't know. Do we wait? Because I feel like it's such a waste of a day. Like we gained all this time, and then we're just gonna.
I see no reason not to expedite our journey to him.
Agreed.
Okay.
We were in a hurry before, we're in a hurry now.
Okay.
It's very cool.
Make another survival roll for me.
My luck's gonna run out sometime.
Ah, you curse yourself.
Way to call it.
Wow.
So you continue on to the south, but this part of the jungle is thick, much denser foliage than you had been traveling through. Additionally, you do pick up on signs of large herds of undead, and so spending your time dealing with losing the trail and trying to avoid the groups of undead, you don't make it there at nightfall, but you feel like you're maybe an hour or two away.
I suppose that solves the problem.
Well, then
I
do
don't
we
know.
rest or go on in the dark?
How far do we think we are?
Safer.
An hour or two.
I mean, we might as well just. I
Yeah.
would rather
Hour or
push and then set off correctly in the morning. Only we're gonna have to babysit fucking. I guess I don't know whole details yet, but I'd rather get there tonight and worry about the morning.
Delmar did warn us there were quite a few zombies. It could be a problem arriving in the dark, not knowing where they are. Although we do have a very good detector.
I mean, my familiar can fly. If it's a big ship with sails that are stretched out across the trees, I think that she can spot it. I guess 50-50.
I'm not so worried about the ship more than just being ambushed by zombies or just being trapped by zombies we don't see well. But I mean, it's not that big of a. I think we can do it.
All right, roll a group perception check for me as you're heading south. This is both find the wreck and also to keep an eye out for zombies.
That's 5d12.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't even have dark vision prepared,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, so you travel south for another couple of hours, and you make, those of you who don't have dark vision make out just a large shadow in the trees up above you, but those of you who do have dark vision are able to see the wreckage pretty clearly. When you get there, there are no zombies immediately under it. It seems they were scared off.
I
Delmore, you hear your friends approaching.
I call up and I say, Delmore, lay down your beard.
The trees that these are in look like good climbing trees to you, and you think you could probably climb up pretty easily.
Just like we used to climb out to Mississippi. Like good climbing, like they're knotted and everything. Or
Yeah, they've
like,
got nice, branches that aren't too big for handholds, but aren't too small that they'll crack under your weight. They're fairly low. They start low to the ground and travel up the tree. You think that it's not a difficult tree to climb.
That's what I was looking for. Like, is this a check type of climb?
Oh, you're going to do a check. It's not going to be a hard check.
Let's climb this tree. I climbed the tree. I'm good at climbing trees, I think.
We can have my
Maybe.
boyhood here.
I would like athletics from everyone who's trying to climb the tree.
I'm not good at climbing trees, but I will do it anyway.
I die?
Oh God. 2 2s in a row.
You know, I will go back to my initial assessment. I am very good at climbing trees because nobody else is.
Dawnflower just scoots straight up the tree, gets to the bow of the ship, as does Sunny and Marnie.
Hey.
I'm coming, hubby.
Shh.
Reginald
Sleeping.
And Sunny, though, are still at the bottom of the tree. You're just having trouble
Kostick,
pulling yourself up.
actually.
Oh, sorry, Kostick and Reginald. My bad.
What are you guys doing here? I mean, like, where are the other ones that aren't here?
Can somebody make a baby Bjorn and carry me up there?
I'll tie up a rope.
Okay.
Yeah, tie a rope. Drop
As
a rope.
you holler out, you hear a sound, a roaring sound,
I'm so glad I did
breaking limbs.
Oh no.
You hear it from both the ground and the treetops.
Oh damn.
There's literally nothing I enjoy more than playing a character who breaks stealth for everybody else.
Very glad I am in.
I see that you've been all very careful and quiet. Let me just clank, 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 clank,
So-
clank.
Brian,
Wait.
I wanted to ask you, are these guys exhausted from lack of food and water or lack of sleep? both.
Lack of food and water.
So did they get a full day with food and water then while I was here?
They did.
That's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Is this Reginald down beside me?
Yeah.
Were you not here for the one shot, John?
He was
No, he
not.
wasn't.
You know who
yeah.
it kind of reminds me of? Mr.
Tompkins?
from Mary Poppins. Less as I zoom in.
It reminds me of Foghorn Leghorn.
So, originally I had played with the being like straight from Gone with the Wind and shit. But it just wasn't amusing to me. And then Foghorn Leghorn happened.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys are all on the map, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a very pretty map.
Brian, I didn't know zombies could climb trees. What's happening?
Who says it's zombies?
It's zombie monkeys, zombie giant gorillas.
Zombie-
climbing
yeah,
the
zombie
trees.
giant.
I
think those are
actually
a
hope so.
thing. I think
With
they're
wings,
lemurs.
gorillas with wings.
Oh god, not the wings.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
I do have a finger that twitches when undead are near.
Do
Twitching
you?
hard.
Do you?
I guess Sunny has it.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah, we haven't
Sunny-
leveled up
Sunny's
yet.
pinky or
No,
No,
it-
the
not
finger.
Tony's
that Tyrius had.
Tyrus is pinky.
The only thing I took from Tyrius was one of his holy symbols.
Mine was his vision fruits.
I'll link his loot at the end of the session. You guys can pick what you want.
I only want his holy symbol.
He had 2.
Yeah. Now he has 1 that he's buried with. Burned with.
Burned with?
Excuse me.
I still need initiative from Marnie.
Oh, sorry. That's because I didn't hit it.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to roll Kitty Cat's initiative. Unless you just want to do it on my turn again.
It'll just go on your turn.
Okay, that's cool.
That's the easy
Universal
way.
house rule right there.
And I haven't updated the token yet for that. Today was the day.
That's cool.
All right, and we are going to...
That's a great token.
It's a good image. It's just wasn't my favorite of the ones I found.
Oh, you remember the little owl birds, Tony?
No.
The owl-
Oh, the
Owl cat birds? Yeah.
maybe.
I sent it to you a long time ago.
If I type in owl cat birds, will that find me something?
Furries.
I will
You'll find furries.
Okay, crashing down out of the trees, swinging from branch to branch, is
Zombie
a
gorillas.
giant
George of the jungle.
ape.
Oh,
White fur with 4 arms, and you can smell the stench of undeath on it.
Zombie gorillas. Call it.
Zombie four-armed zombie gorillas. Wait,
He
does that mean they have
is
6 legs?
4-armed zombie gorillas?
Yes, and
My
2
God,
legs.
they're insects.
Yes.
And it swings through the branches as if it were literally walking along the ground and lands, boom.
What? On our side?
Destabilizing the ship, causing you all to die.
No.
Oh, man.
If they survive an entire village being launched 10 miles, they can survive both falling out of a tree.
Yeah. But that is its movement.
It's like you gift wrapped it and just sent it to me, Fate. Oh,
Koschik.
All right, so I am on the ground. Can I even see it?
Make a quick perception check for me.
Thank you,
Wow,
Santa.
3 2s in a row. No, wait,
That's
never
okay.
mind. Initiative didn't.
You see one land up there, but you also hear one coming up from the south.
Oh.
And
And
you
that one I-
immediately turn around and see it is very close by.
Oh. And it does it look like it sees me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, does he look like agile?
Very.
Oh.
It is slipping between trees, disconcertingly so for its very large size, using all 4 of its arms to great effect to move quickly through the undergrowth.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one of these.
Okay. The one on the ground?
Yep.
Okay.
He's coming close to me, so I want to hurt him. And then I am going to do... hold on, let me click the thing. Advantage. One of these.
Okay.
Which is also going to get a hunter's mark. Oh, that shouldn't be advantage. Does it roll
It didn't roll advantage
No,
for
okay,
it.
good. And those. And then I'm going to do another one of these.
So why do you get sneak attack?
Because I have advantage.
Yeah, excellent. Just checking.
Yep.
Nice.
And if they're undead, they take 2 extra damage from each of the attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Finally favored enemy.
19, 21, 24, 44 points of damage as 2 arrows just lash out at this creature. It looks
nice.
pretty hurt.
Now, am I able to try and climb right now, or is that going to be an action?
That's going to be an action.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try and put some space. I'm assuming I can walk underneath all these branches and things?
Yep.
Okay.
Just not through the trunks.
Move to about here.
Okay.
And that is it.
Okay. Delmore. Sorry, I clicked past you. It's Delmore's turn.
I told him to be quiet. Delmore will touch his index fingers and his thumbs together to form a small hole in between both of his hands, hold up to his forehead, and project his mind into the ape.
Okay.
So now you've given it superpowers. No.
Way to go.
They are not wise. So it'll take 17 psychic damage, and you kind of know where it is.
At all times. Forever. Not forever. But for as long as its life will be. Unlife will be.
He gives you a promise ring.
Reginald.
I think it's Dawn.
Dawnflower. I keep skipping. My bad. Dawnflower.
It's okay. Well, I appreciate being front row, but I'm just going to take a step back. And I remember the cool thing that I did today that I told myself I would do more often and see what else Chult has in store for me. As I call forth another animal.
You have 2 third-level spells?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
Was a cat the best choice to use, though?
And I'm going to go with just the one beast again. Just like something, my champion from the jungle.
Okay.
So, something that can maneuver in the trees. Maybe even my own version of this thing if I can. Probably not, but just something that it won't be out of place in the trees is what I'm focusing on.
What have we got? Okay. Where do you want it to appear?
It's a very good question. I'm a little worried about the guys on the ground, but at the same time, I think that they can handle themselves for now. What's my range? Sorry, I did not plan this through.
It's okay. 60 feet.
Yeah, with Marnie, I feel safe with Marnie. I'm actually gonna call it fort. I don't know if I can bring it all the way to the ground. I think I can. I'm gonna bring
you're
it
50 feet up in the air. So you could put it nearly directly down beneath you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very... I don't feel it's gonna be most useful. Then it's gonna be right up in this thing's face. The one that's on the boat.
Okay.
I'm gonna rock the boat.
So you conjure forth beasts of the jungle asking for one large creature to, reaching out to the spirit of the jungle to bring forth a protector, and appearing from the mist next to this undead simian is a giant snake.
Oh!
And
That's amazing. Oh my god, it's huge.
Sonny, if you want to take the snake, I'll take the monkey. Come on.
The snake is a friend. The snake is a friend. Don't attack it.
Yeah, snake is a friend.
It just looks so
Snakes are friends.
Not food.
Well, they're not food anyway.
Rattlesnake is delicious, and you take that back.
Okay, just a second.
It gets chew if you cook it right. That's true.
Okay, anything else, Dawnflower?
Nope. That will be it for my turn.
Okay. Reginald?
The only thing these apes have is slaves, cotton, and arrogance. Gone with the wind. Come on, guys. All right. I will stroke the cheek of Tabitha and tell her to, why don't you take care of these ruffians for me? And I will cast a spell on her. And When something comes into range, she is going to ignite it with Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to maneuver up the rope, vine,
Okay. So
with her on my shoulder.
that's an action to cast the spell, and it's an action to climb the tree.
Oh, is it a full action?
Yep.
It should be a bonus action.
I'd have to double check.
Use the thing.
Hang on. I got it.
Got Xanthar's open.
Yep. Dragon's Breath. Bonus action.
Okay. That's what I thought. I probably just put it in wrong.
Okay.
But she'll ready to flame something, and I will climb.
Okay. Roll athletics.
I'm super good at these. I'm a liar. Hey!
Doubles,
All right.
roll again.
So, nice. So you start your way up the tree, but you don't get very far. You're probably still in reach of this creature.
It's like the fat kid at
We're gonna
gym,
put you there.
like trying very hard to climb the rope and just not going anywhere.
I've made a poor choice.
Anything else?
That is it.
Okay. It is the creature's turn.
Oh man.
So it is going to run past.
Thanks for protecting me,
so
Sonny.
It's going to make its dex save. Fail. It's going to take 12. What kind of damage?
Fire.
12 fire damage.
I just assume that fire is good on undead.
Yeah, and it catches fire and then keeps running towards the thing
You just set it on fire.
that did so much damage to it. It is going to attack Koschik. First, it is going to bite at you.
Yeah, it's gonna bite at me, but that's
Okay.
it.
Then, with each of its 4 arms, it's going to
damn.
attempt to claw you.
Oh damn!
It pulls out 4 lightsabers.
1,
Like hot, you missed.
2, 3, 4.
All right, that's 2 hits.
Okay.
Could have been a lot worse.
And it starts beating its chest and screaming at you. Sunny.
I was going to disrupt him, but let's see. Could I? So it's hard to tell by this map, but 2 things. 1, do I think I'd be able to see the creature if I were to stand right here? And 2, would I be able to get there somewhat easily? I mean, how big are these?
So, moving off of one of the boat areas to somewhere else will take an acrobatics or an athletics check.
And how high are we?
50 feet.
Mm.
You could probably see the creature from there.
Yeah, I just
I
was hoping that like these branches look so huge. I was hoping, but I get it. They're like rounded and
Yeah, and to move along them at combat speeds.
probably slippery. And
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am going to viciously mock the creature that's near me.
Okay.
Actually, hold on 2 seconds. We just spent all day around a bunch of goblins, and they were very, very nice, but they smelled horribly. Not as bad as you, though. Horribly horrible? That's not very well. Dang it. I'm a little distracted. Yeah, vicious mockery. I'm also going to throw a bardic inspiration to. I can see Reggie down here, there, right?
Yeah. Slowly
The
climbing up the
strange
tree.
little man in his odd clothing attempts to climb up the tree, and with one mighty effort gets away from the creature chasing after him with his heels.
It's chasing me. He's
Bulldogs
fine.
fight
I'm trying
strong,
to I'm trying to convince him it's right behind him. That's my inspiration.
Excellent. Reginald, you are inspired to get the hell up that tree. I need yeah.
That should be one more 1d4.
Nice.
4 points of psychic damage.
That'll do it.
And the first of its 4 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Marnie.
All right. Marnie pulls out both. Easy.
I'm actually jealous because my cats are loud as fuck, but every time we game, they just decide to make any noise.
Oh my god! My turn.
Stop, Tabitha. She's gonna bring more.
Okay, Marnie reaches behind her, pulls out both axes, and says, "Time to see who's the axe hole here." And then, it wasn't that bad. Shut up. And then raging.
Yeah, that cat is raging.
I'm gonna attack once. Oh my god!
You know how in Power Rangers, Tommy had the dagger with the cat's head that talked?
Mm-hmm.
We need to get Marnie one of those axes.
Yeah,
this
is
one
pulling
more
it
attack.
first. Okay, yes. Sorry.
Okay. And so you slash into the creature both times, doing.
Sorry, I
14,
moved it the wrong
18.
time. Yeah.
And can I do the bonus one?
It's a bonus action to rage.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so next turn you can hit 3 times. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself now because
Yeah.
No, don't you dare! I'm kidding.
That cat is adorable.
So the snake is going to attack by leaping forward and wrapping itself up around this creature. Hitting.
That is like the thing from Anaconda, man.
And grappling.
That should help you.
And this creature looks very hurt. However, appearing from out of the jungle is one zombie you had not noticed being, distracted by the other 2. And it lands with a thud on this far boat, immediately grappling Radas, or attempting to. Radas is going to make an acrobatics check to get out of its way. Why is it whispering to me? Doesn't matter.
It's probably shy.
It's his first time. Be gentle.
Aha, there we go.
There. So he does grab Radas in one hand and then pounds 1, 2, 3.
Oh gosh, he's dead.
And you see this limp form just within the zombie gorilla's arm. All the people who are here, all of you notice they're moving, but they move very slowly and with great effort, and they do not look up to this battle. But at the top of the round, it is this zombie's turn. Over by you guys, it is grappled by the snake. It is not smart. It is not going to try and get away. The snake looks like food too. So it is going to bite the snake. Hit it a couple of times. But then also Marnie's right there, so these 2 come to Marnie.
I don't know if it matters, but you're doing claw and then a bunch of bites.
It's the same.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. One is piercing, one is slashing.
Yep, just one.
So Marnie, you take 15 halved, so 7 points of damage. And the snake takes
Okay.
5, 8, 18. Okay. Then it's Kostick's turn. You've got this creature barreling right down next to you.
Well, I mean, I might have seen a bit of myself in that limp figure up there if things don't go right. So I'm going to do this. I'm actually confident. I'm all good. I'm going to do this spell right here, which means I can move away from this guy freely because of no opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm going to move here. I'm going to take my attack with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping in mind that 6 will get added to it, assuming I hit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You do hit.
And
So Hunter's Mark and Sneak
a
Attack.
snack attack, yeah. Okay.
As
So
you,
Hunter's
25.
Mark?
yeah, Hunter's Mark.
No,
hits.
no. Hunter's Mark is gone
Because of the
Zephyr
Zephyr
Strike
spell?
is also concentration.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. Cool. That's okay because as you flash past it, it reaches out at you with all of its arms, but is unable to even get a bead on you. You sink 2 more arrows into it, and it crumples to the ground.
Nice. Okay. And then I am going to... I have 30 feet of movement left with this spell. I want to kind of use it, but I don't really need to. Yeah. Can I see this one from where I'm standing?
So that is the highest part, and it is 75 feet above the ground.
Okay. In that case, I'll just head up here beside Reginald.
Okay.
And that is it.
All right.
Whoa,
Delmore.
now you can't make it all the way to Reginald. I'm at least 3 feet off the ground.
Delmore will use his last spell slot to cast Fly on himself.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it there, assuming diagonals are in play.
Mm-hmm.
Like vertical diagonals. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, the limp body is not inspiring in this moment, but I will try to take the ape head on and use my bonus action to call my shielding aura. Aurora. That's hard to pronounce. I'd do the thing. So I have resistance to all damage for them till my next turn.
Excellent. And any hostile creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of you takes radiant damage. Okay. Dawnflower.
Okay, well, the girls obviously got this. I mean, they have a giant snake just in case. So I am going to use my action now that, Tyrius is gone and it's sad, but if there's one good thing that comes out of this is that I can turn into a spider. I do so. I turn into the Spider Queen.
Okay.
With my action. And then I can move 40 feet and I can stick to all surfaces. So basically, I'm just going to start scrambling on these branches. I think I can get here. Here-ish rather easily.
Okay. You should be able to just move yourself.
Sirius was right about you.
Actually, no, I can't.
Do I have control? I do not.
It's all surfaces except the inside of a bathtub.
Porcelain.
Now you should be able to.
I believe so, yes. Excellent. I think I can get about here. And unfortunately, that will be my turn for now.
Okay. Reginald.
There's no sticky white goo dangling down from that spider, is there?
No.
That I can climb?
No.
I feel like the adhesion would help me. I will have Tabitha just ready to murder anything that is not friendly that comes near me. I'll keep climbing.
Okay. Athletics.
This is not going to be good.
And you have inspiration.
Oh, hey! Is that a D8 now?
I believe. Okay, that is exactly what you needed to move your full movement up this tree.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I got
So you are
2 more turns.
You're
Get to
about
the
10
top.
feet below this deck.
Okay.
So I'm going to put you here. All right. And that zombie's dead. It is Sunny's turn.
All right. The raging woman and the giant snake, which has it wrapped up, looks like they have it in hand, and I need to go help Delmore, who is the true hero of this story, at least. I measured it out. I know I can get to here using my full movement, provided I don't fall off the tree branch. So
Make
athletics
an
check.
acrobatics or athletics.
I will do athletics.
You do.
Nice.
All right.
The rest
I'm
of you
gonna
see Sunny move as if she was
here.
born to the treetops.
Yep. Jumping over there, cutting some corners, getting to about there. And I think that's within 60 feet what I need of. Yeah, cool. I will bonus action inspire Delmore. Delmore, having finally found his brother's ship crew, will not let them die so easily. Oh, there's already one dead. Not let any more of them die so easily.
That was good.
Well, crap.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Marnie.
Oh boy. All right, so I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna try to no, knocking it off might not work. I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
I think does he have advantage because it's being grappled?
No.
Okay.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Aha.
You don't need it.
Okay. That's 2 hits. On the second hit, the creature goes down. And I forgot to do this for the other one. I'm not going to retcon. But it needs to make a save.
I can get back up.
Fuck it. Make that motherfucker make a save. Let him. We're all thinking we're safe, and then it climbs up behind us.
And it stays dead.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, actually.
Awesome.
It's still.
Marnie is going to look around and try to find another enemy. Can she see the one that's over by Delmore?
You can. It's 25 feet above you.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to try to move the way Dawnflower did, but all right. Well, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
What role is it?
Athletics or acrobatics? You would have advantage on athletics because you're raging.
Huh. Well,
Yeah, you make it. No problem.
all right. That would be the end of my turn.
Okay. The giant constrictor snake has 30 feet of movement, and it just sort of slithers past you along the tree. It is going to continue and dash and gets to there.
It knows what to do. We've not practiced this, but we're good buddies.
You gave it an order. The spell controls it, so...
You gave a good order.
All right. This zombie, looking around, seeing... It's not that smart. It's got food. It is going to take this person and run.
Oh.
Delmore,
no.
You can make an attack of opportunity if you want.
Can I replace that attack of opportunity with a grapple check?
I'll
that help?
let you.
That's how attacks work, right?
I'll let you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have so much.
Wow.
I'm proficient, and I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
So as it starts to run, you grab hold of it. Seeing that you are keeping it from fleeing with its meal, it will attempt to make a second meal of you.
Oh no.
So first is a bite. You tell me when these hit.
Okay.
Then a claw. That hit.
That one hits.
-8 is 17. Would that hit?
Yes, my AC is 11.
Okay.
God.
So we're not going to count this 14. That's the one that he would have cutting words, seeing it was close.
Nice.
Okay.
Right.
Oh my god.
Now add
He
all
still
that
has
up so I can divide it
resistance.
by half.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he's okay. He's okay.
15, 29.
Yeah, I have 29 too.
Yep, 14. And at the end of its turn, it takes
8
damage.
radiant.
8 radiant damage. Okay.
I gotta make concentration checks.
Yeah.
Didn't even need to roll a second one.
Okay. So you are no longer flying.
But I am standing on this ship.
Yep.
You've learned.
For a moment longer.
Mm-hmm.
On the edge.
Kostrick.
Okay, so I'm going to. I shouldn't have ended here. I should have gone elsewhere, but I'm going to now try and climb up.
Okay.
Athletics.
Athletics.
Not very good at this. Where's the? Oof.
No, you do. You spend too much time looking for the right place to climb that when you finally find it, you're only able to move up about 10 feet.
This is how we end up bonding.
Okay, so I mean, I'm sure I still can't see this.
No, you can't.
But on a future turn, I will stop moving.
Okay.
As long as I'm in a place that I can probably safely stand / lean or sit even.
Cool.
Okay. And that's... Oh, wait. Can I still dash to get a little higher up?
No, it's because it's
climbing.
action to
Yep.
climb.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool.
Now, Brian, I'm going to ask you about a very strange ruling.
Okay.
Do you consider corpses objects?
I have always considered corpses objects. However, if the creature is only unconscious, it is still a creature.
Is this creature unconscious?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to cast Dimension Door.
Okay. Excellent.
Would be right over here.
Yep.
More square. There we go. So she does not pop into the steering wheel thing.
She is unconscious and unable to willingly go with you.
Oh.
And you appear over there empty-handed.
Oh.
That's mean.
Just calling him on it.
That's mean.
You're mean.
Anything else on your turn?
I got a rules lawyer that somehow. Carry on.
Okay. It's Dawnflower's turn.
Okay. All right. He's aware. She's unconscious. Let's see. I can get close. That's for sure. Let me just re-verify that. So 15 will get me here. Okay, 30 gets me there. My question to you is, how close is this? What's the range on this?
So it's... Doing the math, sorry. It is 10 feet above you.
Okay, so...
No, Reginald, that is not correct.
And another question that may seem a little... Would she gain back consciousness if she gained temporary hit points?
No, only real hit points.
Okay, I'm trying stuff. All right. Well, that doesn't work. I still have 10 feet of regular movement, so I guess I'm gonna climb up this. Choice is so difficult. Okay, no, I'm gonna try something else then. Fuck it. I'm gonna use my bonus action and drop the spider form, which is good for climbing, but not good for much else. And I am going to try this again. I can see the creature, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. One day it's gonna work, I promise, guys. And see what gorillas have nightmares about.
What? Oh. Anyone with your kill? Oh.
Okay, just a second. That's where you are. All right.
That's a good cantrip.
I wanted to put it somewhere where I wouldn't use my spell slots and get the police on my ass.
All right, so you see this creature scream out in pain and start batting at the air around it, one arm using the unconscious form of Radaz to smack at things that you can't see.
I'm actually, because I can speak animal, so I'm gonna, scream at it, challenge it. My snake is between me and it. I'm just gonna call it towards me. Drop the woman. Come and fight me. Come at me, bro. And that's my turn.
All right, Reginald.
All right, so I'm about 10 feet from the cusp of victory. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need an action to...
Yep.
I climb... All that is like the third 7 or 8 in a row.
So you get, with one arm sort of hanging onto the bottom railing of this thing. You have not climbed up onto it yet.
Okay. I could probably kill steal this, but I will end my turn there.
Okay. Sunny.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You look like the unshaven armpit of a bog hag. Ugh. As that's my vicious mockery toward the creature.
And a good Witcher reference.
Very good.
3 damage. Give me the kill. Give me the kill.
As it is swatting around, you see it wilt a little further.
He's not having a good day.
But it is still
Sorry.
alive.
I'm also going to bonus action healing word the woman.
Radaz.
Yeah. Come on. Delmore needs this. The story needs this. Get up, woman.
Okay. How much do you heal for?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I actually need to click the button when I do that.
As you see her come to consciousness, still grappled by this creature, a look of panic on her face.
That's a bad place to wake
takes
up.
in her surroundings.
And then I'm going to take a step back so
It's
that
gonna
I'm
be
not just on this edge.
Okay.
Real awkward walk of shame for her waking up next to that.
Marnie.
Not the awkwardest I've seen.
All right. Well, I don't know how much Marnie can do. I've got 40 feet.
Okay. Make an athletics or acrobatics check. You have advantage on athletics. You cannot move through the trunk.
Oh, I can't move through the trunk. Okay. Probably like trying to get there.
Yeah, you can get to the middle of the snake.
Okay.
Could she ride the snake? Saddle the snake so that when the snake moves, she rides it?
It takes half your movement to mount a creature, so if she used her action to dash, she could mount the snake.
But then I wouldn't be able to use my action to attack when I got in range.
Right.
But you would be in range.
I would be in range. I will get on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna athletics at first.
Yep. Which is fine. You move along these branches, barely paying attention to the fact that you're running 60, 65 feet above the ground, and then you jump on the back of this giant constrictor.
Yeehaw!
On its turn, it rides with you straight to this creature. And it will attack as it attempts to grab onto the creature. Oh.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately, because it's flailing around thanks to its nightmares and this vicious mocking it has gotten, the giant constrictor snake can't seem to grab a hold of it. Now the creature...
Does it have an advantage when it's stunned?
Was it stunned?
Yeah, because that's what the spell does. The Wake Nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Stop 1 round. Oh, so it does not.
Sonny, good call.
Excellent. So
occasionally, same team for a good cause.
So instead, the snake wraps around this creature, squeezing it until it stops moving.
Nicely done.
And now for the other team, does it get an undead saving throw?
It
Whatever
does.
thing. Okay.
I like to play devil's advocate too.
I just heard that you plays for both teams.
As you see your snake with Marnie riding it in,
Badass.
just crush the zombie, and you hear all the bones in it break. And Red Oz drops to the deck, hurt, scared, seeing this giant snake and this scary woman with rage-flecked eyes coming after her.
That's scary my wife! Snake and giant woman.
But
take my hand if you want to live.
She starts backing up. She's fallen on her butt on the deck, and she just starts scooting backwards away from you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey guys, do you hear all that? It's a very distant noise, but I think I hear ding.
Possibly. Hang on. I will do the math right now for all of you because I think we're going to call it here for tonight.
Okay. A lot of downtime stuff I would have done last
There's
day.
actually 2 weeks of XP here.
Yeah.
Wait, but we didn't kill anything last time.
No, but you had some encounters. You get experience for the encounters.
Okay.
We did not fight one of 2 liches.
That's not how it works.
That was a social encounter.
In which Tyrus got power word killed. Excuse me.
That was 2 of 2. I'm talking about 1 of 2.
Oh, the first one?
1 of 2 went really well, considering.
Okay.
Well, considering that we were talking super loudly about betraying her when she was right next door.
I really wanted you to kill her.
If I thought we would win the fight without losing 1 or 2 people, I would have done it.
Yeah, it
She
was
probably
very
only
uncertain.
had 18 of these gorilla things around.
She had 2 along with 6 other zombies.
Plus she's a lich.
Yeah.
If
her goal was going to be just to get out of there and fuck with you guys later, and leave her zombies to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
All unpleasant choices.
All right. So Tyrus isn't in the macro anymore.
That's so sad.
Tis.
Why?
Oh, I'm going to keep bringing that up.
It's okay. The goblins did make me feel a lot better.
Oh man, thank
The
you.
goblins were great.
You knew exactly what we needed this session.
Okay, everybody gets 650, and I'll fix Reginald.
We're not there yet, guys.
What?
Mm-mm.
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah.
Oh man!
I know.
466 is all that's left.
I thought we were like 400 away.
Can we kill one of the crew members?
It's the same joke we made.
We would have to kill a lot of crew members.
Damn it.
How
All
about
right.
my snake? If we try to kill my snake.
You live for today.
Keep summoning beasts so that we can kill them for XP.
That sounds like some old 80 strategies.
But good game, everyone. You're close. You will level up next week. There's no doubt there.
That's something I want to talk to you about.
Promises.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it now, or?
I mean, it's just reworking a spell to be a different thematic.
Go ahead and run it by me.
The Hunger of Hadar, the 3rd level spell that it creates a void of blackness and like writhing tentacles.
Oh yeah.
I think it would fit as a tiny black hole too. Just a little black hole, a singularity, if you will.
You know, I'm
does
cool with
cold damage.
The thing with it though is that the sphere is also darkness.
Yes,
and they stay in there at the end.
Impenetrable darkness.
Yeah.
Even the devil sight doesn't see through it.
Correct.
Nope.
Really?
Then does it well.
No, I think that's fine if you want to flavor it like that.
Yeah, and then instead of tentacles, something else that does acid damage.
Sure.
Yes.
That was it.
We won something without losing anyone, guys. I'm so proud of us.
It has been 3 days without an accident.
No accidents in the workplace yet.
I tell you what, guys. Go ahead and level up so we don't do it in the middle of a session.
Oh, choices. No, I do want the Spirit of the Jungle thing. It's so cool.
It's like Christmas in January, which is kind of like just Christmas.
I don't want to pull Trent's card here, but in the essence of being a same team to you, Brian, did a Sararak level up when he killed Darius? Gotta check them XPs.
Oh, no. The damage doesn't scale for somebody that far below your level. I mean, the XP doesn't scale.
Well, you didn't just twist the knife, you broke it off at the handle.
Mm-hmm.
I think you asked for it.
You can't farm gray mobs.
After a certain level difference, it just stops being effective.
I say we go back to Port Nyanzaru and kill everything that Brian made. Later.
Okay. How would I put the points if I want to go Spirit of the Jungle into the sheet, because it's all special and stuff.
Custom class. If you like, I'll do it for you.
Do we set our XP to 14,000?
No, leave your XP. I'm just having you level up early, and you'll continue to gain XP and hit 14,000 or whatever.
So
when you do,
I'm still like 1,500 to 2,000 XP behind these guys. Should I just leave it?
Yep.
Okay.
Because they're not gaining extra XP right now.
Yeah. No. I know. I just wanted to make sure.
Rather than level up in the middle of the session, they'll level up now, and there'll be a little time where they're running at level 6 when they really don't have that much XP. But it's only going to be like an hour this session, so.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if you don't mind, Brian, that would be nice. But I can figure it out eventually. I'm not that smart, but I'm not that stupid either.
No. I don't mind. It'll take just a few minutes for me to cut and paste. So, not a big deal.
Cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. But that's all we got this week, everybody. Thank you very much for playing. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
You always make it a good time.
It was fun. The goblins were adorable.
I enjoyed hating on the goblin.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
So much aid for the poor goblins.
They're goblins. I don't trust them.
But they were adorable and friendly, and they could only count to 2.
Also, that's not a reason to like them.
They actually could count to many.
If you want to get technical about it.
Yeah, they are a base 3 numeric system.
Oh god, that's a nightmare.
But how do
That's
they?
not a nightmare.
How do they know how many goblins they need for a battle stack? They're just like many, and then people get all confused.
Oh no,
because
battle stack is always the
it's
same
many.
size. It's many.
That's a fair point. I didn't see it that way, but obviously I was wrong.
You got to learn to think like a
not-
goblin.
It's not the amount, it's height. Once they reach a certain height,
It's actually
They know that they're high enough.
weight and volume. That just correlates to height when you start stacking them up.
They're just the maths of counting to 5 is just too simple for the goblins. They can correlate weight and volume very well, but counting to 5 is just
and they can do calculus. They can't do anything with weight.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
Genius.